from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul. I think it's all angels just walk by. 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 There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my there goes a sight. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul.
One, two, three, jump.
Get wild.
Chiefs Kingdom. It's time for All Chiefed Up with your hosts, Steve and Mike Williams.
You're listening to All Chiefed Up, the best damn Kansas City Chiefs podcast in the kingdom.
Chiefs Kingdom. What's up, baby? No Gray here, tight end for your Kansas City Chiefs. You're listening to All Chiefed Up with Mike and Steve Williams.
Chiefs Kingdom, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, and it's time to get all chiefed up. I'm Mike.
Time to get all
That's
chiefed
Steve.
up, baby.
We're
How you guys
we're gonna talk
doing
about the
today?
Chiefs.
Mike, turn up a little bit. I can barely hear you.
I'll turn up.
The lovely people want to hear that beautiful voice of yours. How you guys doing today? It's Tuesday pregame. Have a little fun here. Looks like we got some people in the house already. I see you, Trav, Orion, Chris Wright, Brian Parrott, God Soldier. Vetta's in the house. Chief for 65 Toss Power Trap. How you guys all doing? How's your day treating you? So far, so good for me. Got woke up a little earlier than expected today, but I'm hanging in. Being old and not sleeping that much, it'll compound on you quick.
Yeah, we know about the oldness.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess everybody's noticed the tweet that Chris Jones put out about Frank Clark coming back and finishing up what they started, man. And then Patrick Mahomes went and retweeted that. He seconded it. He said, I think so too. So we've talked about this before a couple weeks ago, Mike. Do you think we could see Frank Clark back here on a little team-friendly deal, maybe a 1 year, something like that? It'd be nice to have him back.
Hey, Chris Jones is out here recruiting, man. First, we thought he was going to get that contract restructured, get in D-Hop. That ain't going to happen, it don't look like. But maybe he's going to get it to bring back some of his defensive line mates. So maybe he's going to target Frank Clark. Maybe he's targeting Pennell. We haven't talked about him in a little while.
Oh, Mike Pennell, he ain't going to be back.
Man, he's a run stuffer, though. I'd like to see him back. I would
he
not
was
be
really
opposed
good.
to it. But, yeah, it's possible. It's possible we see Frank Clark getting back in here. Don't look like he's had a lot of interest in the offseason. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know.
knows,
Do you think,
so.
when I made the thumbnail, I just put the words on there. Do you think it was part of the plan all along? Do you think that they knew they couldn't pay Frank Clark that, and instead of restructuring, they just cut him, and he's just waiting around for them to line things back up and pick him back up? Do you think that could have been a thing? I'm not saying that he wouldn't have took a good offer if it came in, but I
think Veach was confident enough to know that if Frank hits the open market with his age and production, he wasn't going to get what he was being paid here. I think he was confident enough to know that Frank just wasn't going to get that. So Frank's probably not going to sign anything. Maybe he could come back, give him a little bit smaller contract than Frank initially wanted, and he'll take it, and he'll come back and, as Chris Jones said, finish the job. I don't know what the job they're finishing. They've won 2 Super Bowls.
Well, that's a good thing, though.
Yeah, but
aren't you happy?
The job, man.
The fact that they've won 2 Super Bowls in the last 4 years, and let's see, the job's not done. The job's not done. That's great. That's good news for us Chiefs fans. Mike, your volume's still too low. Brian Parrott says, turn it up, son. He's tired of you mumbling to everybody. So how you guys doing? What do you think about Frank Clark coming back to the Kansas City Chiefs? The shark back in the waters of KC would be nice. Man. Oh, Ryan Guided. He says both those intro tracks would go hard in a skating video. You're right. They would. They would. I could hear those on a Tony Hawk soundtrack. Chiefer says CJ got the kingdom fired up. CJ, he's always getting the kingdom fired up, man. That's what he does, right? He gets everybody pumped in season and off season. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about the whole Frank Clark thing. I don't know if it'll come to fruition, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility because why not have that veteran presence? They can put up those kind of numbers in the playoffs, and who's took over a leadership role as of late, and we have a lot of young guys in here. So yeah, I'd be cool with that.
Betta says she's trying to hear me. Can you guys hear me now?
You're
I'm
still
up
a little
so
low.
loud. Like my audio says I'm booming, so there's a disconnect somewhere. So I'm just trying not to blow you guys out of the water here. I'll keep turning it up. You just keep.
You're good.
Letting me
You're
know
good.
if it's too loud.
What's going on, Vetta? How you doing? Ty's in the house. What's going on, Ty? How you doing, man? Hope you're over that stomach flu or whatever the heck you had going on. Hopefully that's all history and we're back to 100%. Vetta says, we're trying to hear you, Mikey. Gotta make sure you got it turned up a little bit.
Thanks, Vetta. You might be the only one that cares.
Chris Wright, what's going on, my man? Good to see you. He says 95 smells blood in the water. Man. So yeah. You guys excited about that or what? Shark back in the water. Also, they've been talking about Patrick Mahomes' contract. More rumors come out. Can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head. It slipped my mind. But he came out like a week ago and talked about Patrick Mahomes was getting robbed by the Kansas City Chiefs. It was just complete theft. So now same guys coming out and reporting that they're working on restructuring his contract and making him the highest paid quarterback in the entire league. And that would make total sense considering he's the best quarterback in the league, and they keep paying all these guys that can't beat him ridiculous amounts of money. But Patrick Mahomes said a long time ago, man, money's one thing, but championships are another. So, yeah, Veta, it is Florio. Thank you. That's who it was. So, Mike, if you're with us today, what about that?
I don't know. I was messing with my audio. Sorry. Everybody says they can't hear me. I'm so loud on my end, so I don't know why it's not translating.
I can hear you a little better now. It's all right. I think everybody can hear you. Maybe I could turn down and then they can turn their volume way up. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, what do you think about Patrick Mahomes' contract, Mike? Like, do you think that they are going to redo it and pay him more? I know they talked about it anyway, but then this Florio thing, he's just kind of pushing it. And then you had Dov Cleveland come out. What a combo right there. Cleveland or Cliveman, however he says his name, and Florio. Those two together. Good grief.
Well, they already said they're going to address it. It's going to be before the season probably. I think they just tack on a bunch of extra money at the end of his contract. Isn't he already on here for like 9 more years or something? It's pretty insane. They have to address it. They'll do something. They don't want Mahomes to not be a top 5 paid quarterback. I don't think Mahomes actually cares, to be honest. I don't know. Who knows?
Mahomes is making good money, right? It don't matter what he's doing. He's winning.
His contract talk is a non-factor. It just really is.
It is.
Mahomes
it's just something to talk
anywhere.
about. It's just something to talk about, right? I mean, they have to have some good stuff for the offseason. But I mean, that has been a question, like that's been the big thing ever since Lamar's contract is like Patrick Mahomes, like the 5th highest paid quarterback in the league, but he's head and shoulders above everybody else. And of course that doesn't make good sense to a lot of people, but man, Mahomes with endorsements and, different things like that, this guy is making bank. I don't think he cares about his contract either. I think he's, like he said before, leave some for the rest of the team, man, and they'll continue to win. So I think that's kind of where his headspace is at. Obviously, they'll keep him competitive because it would just be a disservice not to. You don't want to just completely rob the guy, but I don't think that's what's going on. So,
well, do you think Patrick Mahomes cares? Like, I honestly don't think Patrick Mahomes woke up today and was like, I'm not a top 5 paid quarterback anymore. I'm going to go pout to Brett Veach.
Right.
I don't think he cares. I think everybody else cares because it's a good talking point. But Mahomes knows he's going to get taken care of. He knows he's spending his career here. He's never leaving Kansas City if we're smart. And so the point is, as long as you keep Mahomes happy, and if Mahomes asks for more money, give him more money. But we'll do it. I mean, I just don't. It's not like it's a hostage negotiation here. Like, we're going to do what we got to do.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think he cares. It is what it is. I think he just wants to win. So, like Chris Wright says, Mahomes chasing rings, not Lambos. That's the truth, man. I just think that it is what it is.
Hey,
Ty says
got enough money to chase Lambos too.
Like I was saying earlier, Ty, he's making so much money off his endorsements and commercials and stuff like that, man. This guy, I mean, let's get this straight. By the end of his career, he's going to be a billionaire probably. Isn't that crazy to think about? Isn't it crazy to think about that's where money's gone? Like when we were kids, the contracts of these guys were always high, but now it's just astronomical. Like we're talking $500 million contracts. It's insane.
Yeah, I think it's a non-issue. I just really do.
Farquaad in the house. What's up? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You haven't been talking much, so I didn't know you were going to say anything. Farquaad in the house. He says if he takes more money, it will contradict what he said in the past, and that's exactly what I was saying. There's a clip. Everybody remembers it. He's wearing like the KC Monarchs jersey, and he's wearing his red Oakleys, and he actually said that. That's what he said. It's money's one thing, but championships are what he's wanting. So that'd be it for me. So other news. Mini camp's over with the rookies. It looks like they got some work in. We got to hear from Andy Reid yesterday. If you guys got to catch our video, we dropped at 3:00 today, Eastern time. You got to catch up on all that good stuff. Andy Reid had a lot to say, man. And of course, we've talked, in the video about Donovan Smith going to be the left tackle. Jawan Taylor is going to be the right tackle. As of right now, obviously things could change, but that's where their headspace is at. It makes the most sense, Mike. But I think everybody had bought into that Jawan Taylor going to the left side thing.
Right. Everybody's like, it's not shocking news. It's not shocking. It kind of is shocking. we were told since day one, Jawan Taylor was the guy that we were moving to left side. That's why they had no inclination to re-sign Orlando Brown Jr. It was all about Jawan Taylor. They were going to pay him. They were going to overpay him. They were going to get him here. And then after the draft, who, by the way, people said that our take on Anton Harrison, your take on Anton Harrison's wrong. I seen that today. There's some better chief insiders out there that said it was Mozzie Smith. Why do you trade up with Dallas trying to get Mozzie Smith if it's known that Mozzie Smith is Dallas's guy? You wouldn't trade up with Dallas to take their own guy. You would trade in front of Dallas. Who are we trying to trade in front of? The guys that took Anton Harrison. I think Mozzie was the smokescreen, and then Brett Veach maybe said afterwards we were going after Mozzie Smith just to maybe make it look a little better. Who knows?
Right. Well, I have a very hard time believing that we were going to trade up for a defensive tackle. I just don't think that was going to happen. Mozzie, yeah, he's a freak of an athlete, and he's a good player, and it would have been great to have him by Chris Jones, but, I mean, I just don't think the value is there to trade up for him. I think it... What was the most telling thing to me is that right after the draft, what's the first two things they do? They sign Jarrett McKinnon, they go sign Donovan Smith. And that's just really telling to me. It makes it look like to me they didn't get what they wanted in the draft, so they had to go ensure that plan B. And I just think that's what it was, man. That's all there is to it.
Yep. Hey, people are going to throw out some gifts tonight. We already know it. It's Tuesday night. Everybody's generous. We're going to throw some gifts. When you guys see that come on the screen, if you want a membership and you want to be gifted, you got to turn it on. I've already contacted YouTube about this. YouTube says they're working on it, but for now, everybody has to turn it on, not turn it off. So chalk another one up for YouTube being really clever.
Venice says, Patrick Mahomes knew that it wasn't big ball market when he ended up in Kansas City, but he's here for the long haul. And I mean, that is what it is. Mahomes is all about winning. I don't think he cares about the money. I think that's just an issue for talking heads to get out there and make headlines. Herbert and Burrow will sign, then Mahomes. What's going on, Chief Kelsey? Good to see you. Yeah, I think so. It would be funny if they did go out and restructure Mahomes and then they had to pay Herbert and Burrow much more money because of what Mahomes got. But, I mean, in the big picture, like we've said this before, I don't know why these GMs are paying these quarterbacks this much money when they can't beat Patrick Mahomes. Like, if you can't go win a Super Bowl, why am I paying you this much money? You're going to take, market value. I'm not going to break the market with you. You haven't won me anything. But they continue to do it, and it's just weird to me.
Right. Chris Wright with 5 gifted subs. Thanks, Chris. We appreciate you, brother. Edits got one of those subs, so Edits did get a sub. Good job, Edits.
In the house.
John Clifford. John Clifford got a sub. Good job, John. If you guys want a sub, go ahead and turn those on. You're going to have to click that, and you're going to have to switch this little toggle switch saying that you want to accept gifts from this channel. Yeah. And that's how you'll get those. But, yeah, man, other than that, it's been kind of here's what I think about the whole situation with left tackle. A lot of people are like, hey, it's obvious. Donovan Smith plays left tackle. He don't play right. Yeah, we get it's obvious. It's obvious now, but it was not obvious when they overpaid Jawan Taylor and told us the whole offseason he was our left tackle. Like, that's what we've been told to this point. So
right. So
that's that it's obvious at this point. I understand that. But a lot of people are like, well, it's not shocking. It's not shocking. Kind of is, just the fact that we overpaid for a right tackle. But a lot of people are going to say, hey, right tackle's not overpaid, man. You face a lot of good defensive ends in this conference. I understand that, but still, that was a little much. I think Jawan Taylor could have signed here for less.
Well, they put him in the stratosphere of Lane Johnson and Ryan Ramczyk and all those guys, right? So he's not completely overpaid for right tackle because that is kind of the market right now for top of the line right tackle. So I mean, I'm not like super like sold on it being a complete overpay. But that, I mean, I think that if they thought he was going to left tackle, that seems more likely that he got that much money. But I mean, maybe they just knew that he was the right tackle they wanted. They knew they wanted to step up from Wiley, and they were going to have to pay for it. And then maybe, like you were saying, they were looking for that left tackle in the draft. It just didn't work out their way. But Trav says you could say the same thing about Travis Kelce being underpaid. Yeah, talk about the Mahomes contract. Kelsey's the same way. These guys do not care. These guys are fine. I don't think they're trying to be Elon Musk out here or anything like that. They have plenty of money. They're doing their thing. They're having a good time. They're winning. And that's what it's all about, man.
Steve, Edits wants you to explain the membership thing to him.
Oh, okay. So let me bring it up. I'll just bring it up like I did last time. But basically we have 3 tiers, and you can become a member. Starting at $4.99 a month, I believe, at the Matt Castle level. me bring this up. Give me 1 second.
Basically, you're gonna get emojis. You're gonna get a cool little thing next to your name, the little KC membership icon. You're gonna get live streams, members only live streams. You're gonna get shout outs. You're gonna get all kinds of stuff. You'll get members only, community posts, things like that. But Steve will bring up the whole list. You also get a bunch of merchandise percentages off, things like that.
Just depends on what level. But yeah, let me bring this up for you real quick. We'll get this out of the way.
Cobra Kai gifts 10 memberships. There's 10 memberships.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure Chris has 2 out there that still hasn't been claimed. So there's 12 memberships floating around. You guys got to turn on gifting. That's how YouTube wants it done now. They're not just going to give it to us. You got to turn it on. So be sure to click them, turn them on.
Right. So check this out real quick. Just real quick. $4.99 a month's Matt Castle level. You get the loyalty badges. You get the emojis. Priority reply to comments, member only live streams. We're going to do those on the first Thursday of every month, I believe is what we decided on. $9.99 a month for Alex Smith level. You get all the stuff we just mentioned, plus you'll get photo and status updates, which we do that a lot for all the members too. And then you'll get an infinite 10% discount on all merchandise. And then Patrick Mahomes levels, $24.99 a month. You get everything we just mentioned, member shout outs. You get an infinite 20% discount. And we're going to do monthly Zoom calls. I think we are going to take that to the Alex Smith level as well. I just have not got to do that yet. So the monthly Zoom calls will be a cool thing. It'll be more of a one-on-one type deal. We can talk about whatever you want and have a good time. So that's it right there on the memberships.
Yeah, for sure. That's what we're doing. Chris Wright again says, turn on gifting. Just begging you guys, if you want the gifts, you got to turn it on. That's just the way YouTube makes us do it. So sorry to harass, but if you want that gift, you got to turn it on. Everybody is Cobra Kai, Chris, right? Everybody's being so nice to gift you guys free stuff. And I'm sure you love free stuff. You just got to turn it on. YouTube just will not give it to you. I told YouTube it was kind of stupid. I was like, who don't like free stuff? Why don't you let them get it? And if they don't want it, they can just turn it off. And then you can refund the gifter. Nope, that makes too much sense, according to YouTube. We will not do it that way. So,
right.
Yeah,
oh, well. Brian Parrott, what's up, my man? He says, we did take a poke at Tunsil and Harrison, remember? So Jawan has been slated possibly for right tackle for a while. Wiley is gone. Exactly. So with Wiley out, I think that they knew they had to address right tackle and left tackle, knowing that Orlando Brown wasn't going to be here, right? But I'm with you. I think that they looked into the Laramie Tunsil thing, and obviously he got paid a crap load of money in Houston. And then I really do think that they were looking at Anton Harrison in the draft. I just do. I think that's who they were going to try to trade up to get. It doesn't make any sense to me that if they wanted Donovan Smith, if that's who they knew they were going with, they could have signed him weeks ago. No. The left tackle. Donovan Smith.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant trading up for Mozzie. Okay.
No.
I know what you're saying.
If they wanted him as their plan, they could have signed him weeks ago, but they didn't. They opted to wait till after the draft, which to me looks like, hey, we didn't get our guy. Let's settle on Donovan, right? That's what it looks like to me. And it's only a 1-year deal.
Obvious? How's that not obvious? If you wanted Donovan Smith, you could have took him 3 months ago. Well,
right.
You could have took him in March 15th. You could have signed him. You could have signed him right before the draft. But obviously there was somebody we were targeting in that draft in round 1 that they wanted. And when they didn't get him, Donovan was plan B.
And
I think I'm with Brian. It feels like we've been doing plan B since day 1 of free agency, it seems. I don't understand it. But
they were all over Jawan Taylor. They wanted Jawan Taylor. Like, they signed him before it was even officially.
So was he plan A at right tackle, plan B at left tackle?
Yes, I think that's what that was. I think that's what I've decided on. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. I don't know about you guys. Let us know in the comments if you think that's what was going on. I just really don't think they were trying to trade up to get Mozzie Smith. I don't see that. I just don't. So.
I mean, I agree with you. I think Mozzie Smith was good. I don't think Mozzie Smith was top 25 good. He kept flying up my draft boards. I just don't see how the Chiefs could have targeted him as their best player in that whole entire draft. To me, Felix does a lot more for that defensive line immediately than Mozzie's going to do. Mozzie's a run stuffer with a little bit of pass rush ability. But Keandre Coburn in the 6th round is that and more. I think Coburn's actually a better value in the 6th than Mozzie would have been trading up in the 1st.
If you want to go about value-wise, yeah. But, I mean, Mozzie's like a freak athlete, right? Like, everyone knows he's going to be good. But I just don't see I don't think the Chiefs were necessarily trying to get up and get a defensive tackle. I just don't think so. They did fool me last year. They went up and got a corner, but I didn't even get to address that. Let me Twisted Ginger,
Oh,
what's
my
going on? Says, by the way, everybody, don't forget to hit that thumbs up on this video and share the love. Yeah, for sure. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, like the video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button. Come hang out with us more often. Got a good community here. Don't be afraid to get in the chat.
Yep, back to Brent. Brent says, I guess Wanye is a backup swing for now. Yeah, I don't feel like Wanye was the initial tackle they were going for. I really don't. I feel like he was more of a plan B. I still think it was Harrison in the first round. I could be totally wrong, but until Brett Veach actually comes out and tells me this, I'm going to believe it because it just doesn't make sense. I believe Wanye is a good swing tackle. I believe he provides depth. He could possibly get in on guard if need be. So, yeah, I think Wanye was a good pick because he solidifies a lot of depth. And Wanye could be the left tackle of the future if he pans out just right. Donovan Smith is still here on incentive money and playing under a one-year deal. So, Wanye can still come in and do that.
Options are wide open now. So I think, after the draft and maybe they didn't get who they wanted or whatever, I think it was smart to sign Donovan Smith. I think he's a fine left tackle. I don't think he's anything amazing. He had a down year last year, so you're not really sure how he's coming back this year. But it does open up a lot of possibilities now because Jawan Taylor there. You got Wanye in the third. Like Mike was saying, he has played left tackle before. So, I mean, maybe he could, mold into that role. And if not, you still got Jawan Taylor who can possibly go over and play that left side. So, I mean, I feel pretty good about the offensive line. Like I said in the video that we dropped today, I do, when I take a step back and look at it, I do feel like it's got to be, an upgrade from last year, right? Because, I mean, Jawan Taylor is obviously a better right tackle than Andrew Wiley. No, not a knock to Wiley, but I think Jawan Taylor is obviously the better one there. And then I don't think that, Orlando Brown Jr. to Donovan Smith is that, if it's a drop off at all, it's not much at all. And I think if Donovan Smith is fully healthy and playing well, it could possibly be equal or more. So
I'm with Wink. Wink says the difference between Coburn and Smith is not first and sixth round difference. It's not. Coburn should have been a third to fourth round pick in this draft, according to my draft board, according to a lot of big players' draft boards. He just fell down, which made him a steal in the sixth round. Again, Mozzie was a top 30 pick, but the difference is just not there. Mozzie in round 1 or Coburn in round 6 is not even comparable. Like, you got to steal with Coburn in round 6. It's going to be prevalent. I'll give it 1 month of the season. You're going to see that that's very prevalent. That may be Brett Veach's biggest steal of the draft.
Right. Julia Gulli in the house. What's up? Hope you're doing good. She says, y'all need to explain to me, Steven, why CEH isn't coming back. Running back room, Pacheco, McKinnon, Prince, and Ely. Man, I don't know. If he's going to be on the team unless they trade him, right? He's got one more year on his contract. Clyde's going to be on a contract year, which means he's going to be playing balls to the wall, trying to look good this year on the contract year. If he's there, he's available, they're going to use him. He will be part of the team. So it just really depends on what they do there. But I do think that Ely could possibly squeak in this year on the 53-man. He's just so versatile, man. They can use him at slot receiver. They can use him as a running back. So he's a good kick returner, punt returner. So, I mean, he does offer you a lot. So running back room, I mean, we've said it before, Prince is a 50-50, right? Like, he could make the roster. He might not make the roster. What if Ely makes the roster over Prince, and then you have, Pacheco, CEH, McKinnon, and Ely? That's a possibility as well. So just my 2 cents on the running back room.
Yeah, I like Ely making this roster, but at the same time, I could see if Ely doesn't make the roster again. It's just, it all comes down to those running backs. Even with Prince, you're going to keep a rookie on the roster that can't protect Patrick Mahomes. I don't know. So everybody's going to have to get really good at protecting Patrick Mahomes.
That's what matters, right? Got the best player in the world. You better keep his jersey clean and keep him on his feet. We're going to win a lot of games that way.
Yep. What's up, Brenda? Brenda says, what's up? Hey, Brenda, how are you? Tyler, what's up, man? If you're just new, just getting in, you haven't missed too much. We've just been talking about a little Chief stuff, little Patrick Mahomes, a little bit of Donovan Smith getting named left tackle starter as of now. I think we need to throw out the asterisk with the Donovan Smith thing. Andy Reid said it's just going forward from here, which is like the off-season workouts. And
it could change.
This could change in 2 weeks. I don't think it's set in stone by any means. It's just something to talk about. And
I just think it's the obvious, right? You put your left tackle at left tackle 1, you put your right tackle at right tackle 1. I think that's the obvious thing. So, I mean, if Wanye were to come out and really show out, um, and they were like, hey, well, he could be a great right tackle and looks like Jawan could seamlessly go over to left, then, I mean, that still could be a possibility. They could
Right.
just,
Then you move Smith to
a
the
lot of
bench
things.
and you save a little incentive money. So there you go.
Right. Ty says shipping your guys' package out tomorrow. Hey, appreciate that, man. That's awesome.
Yep, I'll be looking for it. Appreciate you.
UPS going to hide it from you like they did the Eagles tiers.
Wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt that at all.
Twisted Ginger says, I hate change, but excited to see what happens in the Kingdom Believe. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is kind of hard. You fall in love with all these guys and these teams, and then, it changes every year, But for the most part, you got your core. I mean, you still got the same core guys. And by core, I mean those guys that, you just can't live without, right? You got your Patrick Mahomes, your Travis Kelce, Chris Jones. I mean, so you got your core there. They're still together. And you have to keep evolving in the league to be competitive and to be in the midst of a dynasty. You have to go along. You have to evolve with time and get better. And you have to hit in the drafts and you have to be smart. And I think Brett Veach is doing a good job so far. So I'm not going to question him. I think he's got us in another good spot. And I think we're going to have another good year and probably get that back-to-back Lombardi, in my opinion. I think that's what's going on here.
Yeah, I think we're in a good spot. I think we're strong. I think it's a strong roster. I think it's pretty good. Veta says that's why McKinnon was a must and a great re-sign. Hey, man, 100%. You got to have McKinnon on this roster right now because he is Mahomes. I don't want to say he's his security blanket, but he's like Mahomes' dad, He's going to tuck him in at night. He's going to make sure nobody touches him. He's going to keep the monsters away. They're not going to let him get to him. So
I don't like this comparison.
Yeah.
I think it's a little creepy.
Maybe Mahomes' dad. But he's needed.
But yeah, you had to have that veteran presence back there, right? Because I mean, I've said it time and time again. I think Jerry Neely could be molded into what McKinnon does, right? But it's going to take some time for him just to get the experience under his belt. I mean, he's not even played an NFL game yet. And you got to get to the level. We know he can receive. We know he can run the ball. We know he's fast. We know he's quick. We know he can do all those things. But when it comes to picking up a blitz and keeping Patrick Mahomes off of his back, I mean, that's a whole nother ball game. That comes with experience, and you got to learn that. And, yeah, McKinnon's invaluable with this team for sure.
Yep. Chiefs Live says, you guys think Wanye starts or plays at some point this season? Probably. So many injuries, here and there. It's not crazy to think he's not going to get snaps. He can also kick inside the guard. I think he's a good swing. I think he's just a good offensive swing lineman. But
well, I mean, we have a lot of good depth now. Like we just do. Like with Darian Kennard, Prince Tegawanoga, Lucas Niang, Wanye, all these guys could compete for a right tackle position, say if Jawan Taylor were to go to the left side or whatever. Like say Donovan Smith got hurt and they decide to move him over. Maybe they just plug Wanye in at the left tackle. I mean, there's a lot of different things they can do. And then, of course, like Mike said, a lot of these guys are interchangeable. They can play on the inside, like Kennard and Morris. I think they'd be just fine at guard as well. So, I mean, it's nice to have a good, deep offensive line because we've seen what happened when you have an okay offensive line and then two of them get hurt in the AFC Championship game, you get slaughtered in the Super Bowl by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So let's not have that again. I think Brett Veach learned his lesson on that one, and I don't think he's ever going to get back to that point.
I love Darian Kennard. But Wanye at this point, of where Kennard was at this point, night and day difference. Wanye could probably step in and play at some point. He will get more playing time at right tackle. We were seeing Kennard last year. We're like, why is he not getting on the field? I think he was that far behind a little bit when it come to actually, adjusting to the game and getting to the pass rush. Or the pass protection, but I think Wanye's closer. I think you may see Wanye get a few snaps, way more snaps in the preseason, I believe, than what you seen Kennard get last year, for sure.
Right. It was weird not seeing Kennard out there last year in the preseason and stuff, but I mean, he's doing his thing. Everybody has to go at their own pace. It's a big jump. So.
Yep. Wayne says Chamari starts. What's up, Wayne? And Chamari Connor starting. I don't think he starts. Will he contribute? Yeah, he's going to contribute. But they've got him working at safety. He was working pretty much exclusively at safety throughout the mini camp this past weekend. So safety room's kind of loaded, right? So you already drafted Cook last year.
It is and it isn't.
One would assume Cook's starting, though, and one would assume that Reed's starting. So there's going to be snaps for him, but I just don't see Chamari starting.
Well, they play those 3 safety sets all the time, too. I mean, that's something Spags does. So usually you'll see, like, Brian Cook could be down the slot or, things like that. Bush? You'll see that. I think they. Back? I don't know for sure. I feel like they did, but I don't think so. I don't know. Honestly.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
It's just not. I don't know. He's just a depth guy, right? Special teamer.
Great at special teams.
Brian Parrott says, without this chat, the last 2 days can burn in hell. I needed this. Man, I'm sorry last 2 days have sucked so bad for you, but I'm glad that we can help a little bit. There are good people in this chat, though. It's always fun to get on and talk to you guys because so many good people in Chiefs Kingdom. It's awesome. It's fun. So I agree, Brian Parrott.
Yep. Hey guys, there's still some gifts to be received out here. Ty still got a few gifted subs out there. So go ahead and click that, click that little icon, turn them on. You got to switch them on. Go ahead and get those. If you don't have a sub already, turn it on, baby. You're not going to be disappointed.
Right. Deeds, I guess that's what we're going to call you. What's going on? Glad you're here. Good to see you. They got to trade Clyde, shift the dead weight. Getting a 7th for him would be a success. Man, so I don't know. I don't know about it. I think if you're going to only get a 7th for Clyde, I think that you keep him for this year on his contract year, right? You get everything you can milk him for everything he's worth because you already spent a 1st-round pick on him. So you might as well get him in his contract year when you know he's got to go out and put in 100%. Otherwise, he's not going to get a good contract anywhere else if he's not coming back to the Chiefs. So I don't know about just dropping him for next to nothing, but I would not be opposed to, wrapping him up in a deal somewhere or getting some decent picks for him. I don't know, Mike. What do you think about that?
No, I don't trade him. I'm going to tell you why. He's valuable to the room. You do have a lot of young guys. You can't just have young guy. Clyde's probably the second best besides McKinnon that protects Mahomes. I would say Clyde's probably a little bit better pass protector than even Pacheco at this point in his career. So, no, I think you keep him. I think you go through, get as much as you can out of him. The bigger his contract, I think when he leaves, we may get a compensatory pick out of him. I'm not for sure how that works. I'll look into it. But usually when you have veterans leave, you get compensatory picks. I don't know if that's I
have no idea how that thing works.
But not picking up his
confusing.
5th year.
It's the most confusing thing to me ever is how those compensatory picks work. So I don't have a clue. No freaking clue. And it says, let's all thank Chris for these memberships. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Ty, everybody else that's gifting things out, man. You guys are amazing.
Right. And Chris says, click green 10, turn on gift, join the fam. He's right. You got to click it.
I feel like we spend 30% of our live streams trying to tell people how to get their gift.
I explained that to YouTube. I was like, hey, I'm on live stream for 2 hours. I'm spending 45 minutes trying to tell people how to accept a gift. Cobra Kai with a 5
Ty
bomb.
with a 5, baby. We appreciate you, Ty. Yeah.
He says, I have great belief.
Go ahead.
Chris
Read
Jones
it up, Mike.
will talk Frank into coming back. At some point, I think Frank would even make a great coach on the Chiefs. Frank Clark took on a good mentorship role last year with George Karlaftis.
Absolutely.
I think without Frank on this roster, I think George would have progressed slower than he did. So there might be something to it. Frank's got a lot of personal problems. I'll give him that, but he's grown up a lot over the past few years.
Man, that's what I loved the most about Frank Clark, because I was never a fan of Frank Clark. I never was. I just wasn't. And then last year, it's kind of like he won me over last year. So just seeing, I know we went through a lot last year. He lost his father. He was in trouble for all that stuff with the gun in California and all that crap. I mean, he had a lot going on, man. And instead of, just completely imploding like a lot of people probably would have, he freaking stood up and faced the music, and he became a better person, and he became a leader on the team, and he played his butt off and won, helped us win another Super Bowl. So hats off to Frank, man. I'd love to have him back if we can get him, if at all possible. I mean, I'm totally good with that.
Yep. Jan with a 10 bomb. The super sticker from Jan.
Good to see you, Jan. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, we appreciate you. Always supporting.
Hey, Jan reminds me, though, If you guys haven't already, get over to the merch store. We got tons of stuff over here. We've got hoodies. I'll bring it up on the screen. We got the Big Yeti. We got the Victory Monday t-shirts. We got hats. I know it's getting too hot to wear this beanie here, but it's there. We got tumblers. We got everything you want over here. It's everything goes back to the channel. We'll put it back in the channel. Also, you guys, almost everybody in here is a member right now. If you're not, turn the subs on, become a member. You'll probably get gifted it. And then you can come over here and use our discount codes. And you're going to get something for representing the channel. You're going to help us out. And you're going to have a nice piece of merchandise to show for it. So thanks, Jan. We appreciate you. And yeah, man, this merch store, we push it. Again, everything's a little pricey these days. We get it. But we cut the margins as slim as we could. And we just want you guys to have good quality stuff. So head over there and take a look at that if you haven't already. We appreciate you. Jared says he's just here for the thumbnail. What about the thumbnail are you here for?
That's awesome. We swindled him in with the thumbnail. He was like, man, Frank Clark, baby, I'm in.
Is he here? I don't know. Steve, what? Okay, let's talk about the thumbnail for just a minute. Do you give, what's a percentage you give that Frank Clark actually suits up in a Chiefs uniform?
This is the cop-out, but I say this about most things that just could go either way. 50-50, right?
Quit with the 50-50. Let's do a different answer.
Okay, so 51% no, 49% yes.
Okay, I'll take it.
I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, I don't think anybody was jumping out of their seats to get Frank Clark and pay him a bunch of money, right? Because he's getting a little older. He wasn't as productive. But Frank Clark offers things that you can't put a price on sometimes. Like, if he's going to come out and be a mentor to guys like Carl Loftus, and he could turn around and do that for Felix and Omenahue and all these guys, like, you can't put a price on that. And then also he always clutches up in the playoffs. And I mean, dude, can you say enough about what he does in the playoffs, man? So
right. I
like
see you
it.
down here, Tyler. Tyler says he needs a membership ASAP. Twisted is telling you how to do it, Tyler. You got to click the green present at the top of the chat and then allow the gift, and you're probably going to get one because there's a few out there.
Julia Gulia says, do you see any June surprises, or are we just on the road to training camp? I tell you what, Julia, I wouldn't be surprised to see something happen in June. I don't know. I feel like there could be some things going on because of stuff that we talked about. Like you brought up the running back room. I mean, we have Clyde on his contract year. Another guy to look for that could be moved. I know you don't want to hear it, but it could be L'Jarius Sneed. I mean, the guy, he's good. Let's get that right. And he's on a contract year, and I don't know if we'll pay him or not. So, I mean, he could be packaged up in a deal. There's lots of things that could go on, and I mean, the team's going to keep evolving, and I wouldn't be surprised to see something go on in June.
Yeah. At this point, Brett Veach has kind of done everything a little bit different this offseason. We usually don't usually go so aggressively on the first day of free agency, and boy did we. We went out and just we brought the bag to Jawan Taylor, and then we said, hey, nay, Jawan Taylor, you will not play left tackle like we said the entire time. We're going to go ahead and pay somebody else and bring him in. So we don't know what we're doing at this point. Brett Veach is a wild card, and if he was to anything short of trading Patrick Mahomes, I would expect this offseason. That includes maybe even a Chris Jones trade surprise or something.
Man, that would make me sick. But
I would throw up everywhere. But would it surprise me? Probably not. And then you know what Chiefs Kingdom's going to say? In Veach we trust. We had to do it.
Well,
we had
right.
to save some money.
But would it not be? Could you imagine how much worse? You remember that everybody in this chat, I guarantee you know exactly where you were when you found out Tyreek Hill got traded. I can remember exactly what I was doing. And it's going to be 10 times worse than that if Chris Jones were to go. So I don't think that's going to happen, by the way. I think Chris Jones is a lifer here. So just think it is what it is. I think it's what he wants to do. And I think he's the best defensive player in football at the moment. So
I won't let Chris Jones leave. I'll lay on the tarmac in front of the airplane. I'll make that dude drive out of the city if he must.
Hey, let's just make a pact right here, right now. All of us will meet up at the airport and we will,
we will
protest.
hold hands and we will sing Kumbaya until Chris Jones feels it in his heart to stay here and play for free if he must.
Got to call him out. I'm going to get the news going. If you get him in the spotlight, you can You could tweak them. Veta says that Frank is a player coach for our young guys and she wants them back. Absolutely. That's the sentiment for me as well. I just think it would be a good thing. Deed says would love the Shark back. Was bummed they didn't work something out considering we had $7 million in dead money by cutting him. Yeah, we did. But I don't know, man. Is it all part of the plan? Was that the thing? Is it like eat the $7 million and let's get them back on a 1 year? Could have been. I mean, you never really know. Because they still got to restructure Chris Jones, so that's still on the table. And then they're talking about redoing Patrick Mahomes' contract. There's just a lot going on. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Brent wants to know why we wouldn't pay Snead. He's our best, and he's a cornerstone in the defense after Chris. This is why Mahomes took a pay cut, so we could surround him with talent. We talked about this before.
Yeah, I agree with you to a certain extent. But, I mean, the Chiefs just do not pay corners. They don't. The last one they did was Brandon Flowers, if you remember him. And he made it 2 years into his contract before he got cut. So, I mean, if you're not old enough to remember Brandon Flowers, then that should tell you something. That's how long it's been since we've paid a corner. So, I'm just going by history. I'm not saying that I wouldn't love to have Snead, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do pay him to stay around. But just, going off of history, I don't think it's going to happen.
We love Snead, but let's be honest. Snead is not a flawless corner by any means. He blew a coverage in the Super Bowl that could have cost us the game.
Yes, that was bad.
He has problems with head injuries. He's knocked himself out of games countless times because he has bad tackling technique. He played, 2-3 snaps in the AFC Championship game, knocked himself out. The dude is not without fault here. So to say that we just have to pay him and get him back, I don't know. I think if you take out his blitzing ability, I don't know if Chiefs Kingdom even pays that much attention to him, to be honest.
Yeah, he is a great blitzer, but guess who else is going to be? Jamari Corner.
I just feel like...
And here's the thing,
we
man.
hit well on corners, though, Steve.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
We draft
if
well.
You look at last year's draft class, and you look at this year's draft class, and then you tell me if they think they have to pay L'Jarius Sneed. I just don't see it.
Right. Who was the best defender all camp long over the past weekend? Nick Jones, 7th-round pick. Play after play after play.
And you saw what Josh Williams was able to do last year. You saw what Jalen Watson was able to do last year. I mean, like Julia says, Veach don't pay cornerbacks. So far, he has not. So
you're right.
Could that change? Possibly.
Chris says we're creeping up on 100 in here. Smash that like button and go to allchiefedup.com or allchiefedup@gmail.com for ideas, questions, to share pictures, etc.
Absolutely.
He's right. If you got any ideas about the show, you want to send us some pictures of yourself in a shirt, you want to send us pictures of your crib with some Chiefs gear decked out everywhere, we'll show it. Yeah. And if you're here, we got 89 in the chat. Take 1 second, click that live chat button, go back and hit the like button. That helps us a lot. It helps it spread out this live, and we appreciate all you guys for being here. And if you haven't said nothing in the chat yet, get over here and talk to the people in the chat. Beautiful, awesome, amazing Chiefs fans. Nobody is going to make fun of you unless you say that we must trade Patrick Mahomes because he's a bust, and then you will get blocked.
You're fired. Brian Parrott says there's only 3 top 15 guys on this D, and Snead is one of them. That's correct also, but I don't think that that's a thing, Brian. I don't think that that's something that Brett Veach would look at and be like, well, he's a top 15 guy, so we better pay him the money that I'm not allotting to him. I don't know. I just don't know, is corner, not necessarily just L'Jarius Sneed, but is paying a corner that much money part of Brett Veach's plan? Is that in his plan? I doubt it, because he's just killing it with drafting these guys.
You're coming up on what? It's Snead's 5th year in the league, 4th, 5th year, something like that. Okay, off the top of my head, I'm not feeling it today. But anyway, that's what he is now. So look, in 4 or 5 years, do you think George Karlaftis may creep up into that top 15 in the league? Probably not. But you have McDuffie. Duffy's probably going to be top 15 corner by the time he's 4 or 5 years in. I don't know. I feel like those DBs, man, we use them, but the way Spags uses DBs is he can have a corner guy, a guy that guards the tight end on one play, and the next play he'll have the guy that blitzes. You know what I mean? He's just he's interchangeable.
Spags is a different kind of defensive coordinator, man. You see him do some crazy stuff, so that you also have to put that into account. So yeah, I think you're right on that. What's going on, Doug? Good to see you, man. Glad you could stop by for a little bit. Good to see you for a minute, then just not see you at all. So glad you poked your head in.
Mark, what's up, man? Mark says, good old Brandon Flowers. You're right, Mark. Good old Brandon Flowers. He actually signed my hat one time, and it rained, melted the signature right off of it. Worst day of my life, actually.
You had a solid white Chiefs hat. It was cool, though.
Right. Rerun, what's up, man? He says, I would like Frank back, but we should have a strong D without him. 100%. I think this defense has a chance to be top 10. Hey,
if not higher.
I'm going to say this defense could get top 5 if Drew Tranquil could come in and do the things we think he's going to do.
Man, everyone knows, like, okay, so Spags gets a bad rep. Everybody always wants to blame Spags for everything because defenses start slow with his scheme. But it's kind of like the same over on Andy's side of the ball, right? Like Andy, everyone knows, like, when these young guys come in, it takes a while for them to get acclimated and to learn the playbook and stuff. Steve Spagnuolo is very, he's different on that side of the ball than a lot of guys. So when people come in, they're learning everything. These defenses start slow, but let's just take a look at Spags, man. He's won 3 freaking Super Bowls. I mean, I think the guy knows what he's doing. We have to give him his props. And this year, I think he's got better tools. I think he's got better little toys to play with, especially on that defensive line. And I don't know, man. I'm excited to see what this defense looks like for sure.
Me too. Twisted Ginger says, y'all hit that like button for the Kingdom. Do that one. What's up, Troy? Troy is here.
Troy.
Says, I like Snead and Clark, but we cannot pay part-time players full-time money. They have issues and injuries.
Right.
That's true. I think that's the outlier here on the whole Snead thing for me, for sure. Jack with the $3.
Jack with the 3, baby.
Sticker.
Hey, good to see you, Jack. Hope you're doing good, man.
Appreciate you,
We
Jack.
appreciate your support, man.
Is
Always
the neighbor
on
still
here
sleeping,
supporting.
Jack? Tell the neighbor to get online.
Yeah.
Ty says, so glad to have these chats. I think this helps everyone decompress. ACU, how about those Chiefs are my 2 dedicated Chiefs family YouTube channels. I love being here and love supporting what these guys do. We appreciate you, Ty. For real, we have fun.
Absolutely.
I bet you anything, Cole might swing by here in a few minutes. He's probably going to get online. I think he goes live at 9 tonight, so in about an hour. He may be creeping from afar right now. You never know. He may pop in and say hi to you guys in a minute.
Got to watch him. He's like a ninja.
Right. And then, as always, we are going to hype you guys up, and we're going to send you his way at 9 o'clock. So we're not going to step on each other's toes. We're going to work off each other, and we're just going to keep bringing you guys so much good Chiefs content for
Absolutely.
For your Tuesday night. We don't want your Tuesday to be boring and gross and just have to get up and go to work again. No.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to talk about the Chiefs, man.
And you guys that are in his chat as well, feel free to grab people to come over here, on Tuesdays. That way you can make a whole Tuesday night out of it.
Force them. Yeah, just force them.
You just force them.
Yeah, hack their IPs, bring them over here. Just hack the IP, force them into our chat. I'm not above it. I'm not above it. Tyler, what's up, brother? He says, I'm born with autistic. I love KC Chiefs.
Go on, Tyler.
Tyler, and thanks for being here. There's no autistic.
Absolutely.
We're all, that just means you're a good dude, and if people don't understand you, they don't understand you, bro.
It is what it is. I got a son. Same way. Hey, it is what it is. You guys are just awesome.
100%. You guys are just smarter at me at everything. That's the way that works.
Brent says Troy Kuhn calls Snead a part-time player. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't think he actually meant he's a part-time player, but I mean, if he does, continue to mount injuries, it could maybe get that way. So that's something else that you have to look at when you're getting ready to sign somebody for a long-term contract, because I would say Snead's probably going to get a good 4 to 5 years off of somebody. I mean, look what Travarius Ward got, at the least 3, and I think that's something that they have to think about going forward.
I had to put this up for O'Brien.
GK going to be Reggie White 2.0 anytime now. Shame on y'all, faithlessness. No, man, I don't think... Okay, I might doubt that he could be Reggie White, but that's as far as the doubt goes, because I think George Karlaftis is awesome. I think he's a great player. I'm glad we drafted him. His motor's awesome. His work ethic is awesome. His attitude is awesome. I love the guy, and I think he's going to continue to get better every year. And I think we're going to see a lot more from him this year than we saw last year, and I think he had a pretty good rookie year.
Hey, I don't think you're going to get all chiefed up to say anything negative about George Karlaftis.
No.
We love Karlaftis, but you might have fun with RGR over there. Daniel and and Ryan, not big fans, or at least they wasn't when he was drafted. So go troll
Maybe
them about
I think he's probably converted them by now, right? I mean, even if you didn't like George Karlaftis going into last season because you wanted them to draft someone else, so you kind of have that feeling like, oh, I didn't get my guy. I think when
Right.
you see him play and you see him loving the game and you see him putting in that kind of work, you just have to fall in love with George Karlaftis. He's awesome. He's just an awesome dude.
Yep. Farquad says, do you think we'll ever get another 1,000-yard rusher in the Mahomes-Reed era, or will it always be running back by committee? I think running back by
Both.
committee is the way Andy always wants to do it, but I think Pacheco's going to get there again this year.
Yeah.
Barring like another thing with his labrum, something with his hand, maybe he stumbles upon a new injury, that's possible. But I think he earned way more offensive presence. I think you can trust him more. I think he gets more. I just do. I think the Chiefs, to be successful long term, at some point in Mahomes' career, this sounds stupid. You don't want to take the ball out of Mahomes' hand because he is that guy. But if you want to prolong his career, kind of like Brady, you got to start developing run games. You got to start getting the ball out of his hand quicker. You see Brady, he's playing until he's 28 years in the league. The dude's 700 years old, but it's because he's getting the ball out in 0.1 seconds. And you know what I mean? They're surrounding him with a run game. They had Fournette. They had all these guys there. And Brady would even check down to the run on 90% of check down plays. So he's not afraid to give it up and just go back to the bench and extend that career. And it doesn't always mean just because Mahomes isn't the driving force of this offense, we're not going to be good. I think that too. Mahomes is always a threat to beat you, and so they have to respect that no matter what. So why not let Pacheco tear you up?
Right. Julius says Watson and McDuffie year 2 is going to lock it down. Man, McDuffie is the man. Like he is him. He is the guy that we knew we were getting when we drafted him. Love him. That's amazing. Wink says if you guys look good, maybe trade Snead. Yeah, I think that's a possibility.
Hey, why's Chris Wright going to do this? A 64-53 bomb. He says, Wanya and BJ, we're going to start learning these rooks' numbers.
Nice.
Right.
Chris Wright, you're the man. That's awesome. I love the way that when Chris, drops a bomb, it's always got some meaning behind it. It's never a random generic number with Chris Wright. Like it's going to be something good. I love it.
Right.
Yeah. Keep doing that though, because I need to learn these guys' numbers. Like no kidding. I think let's see, 97 was
Does
Felix.
anybody know Keandre Coburn's number? That's the one I want to know, Chris. So 99. Okay, well somebody let me know. Somebody let me know with a super chat what his number is.
I think he went with 99. I think that I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing. I thought you were being legitimate.
No, I'm just
joking.
joking.
Mike's scheming. I thought he was being legitimate and just wanted to know Keandre Coburn.
Scheming. Chris is
He's
just telling us the numbers.
You're
so
a greasy used car salesman. That's what you are.
It was a joke.
I know. I'm just playing. Good times. Ken Caldwell says it's going to be interesting this year with Matt Nagy back under the OC job. I love it, man. I've been wanting to see that. I think it will be good. The enemy. The only thing I'm worried about about losing Bieniemy is that maybe Bieniemy, since he was, a running back, he might have been pressing to run the ball some more because Andy hates running the ball. We all know that he can get lost in the pass game. So I think that I don't know. I think it's going to be good with Matt Nagy. I'm excited to see it because Nagy's a man. Brenda Pike got you with the Keandre Coburn bomb. She got you with the Coburn.
I'll take it. She got me with the Coburn bomb.
She outsmarted you.
Outsmart me. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Brenda. We appreciate that. Yeah, but I'm pumped for Matt Nagy. I am. He proved to be a really good offensive coordinator. That's why I got a head coaching job after that bad situation in Chicago. I think he could have been better elsewhere. But, yeah, I'm excited to see how that goes, too. Veta says, I am living the love of Chiefs Kingdom. It's a good time to be a Chiefs fan, guys. It just is. I mean, not only are we winning, but...
Are you guys still in school, Veta, or are you guys out for summer break? Surely it's not summer break yet, right? I think
they're
it's
getting close, right? Like here, I think the kids are done in a couple weeks. So
Veta never did Veta say, is she from the Kansas side? Is she from the Missouri side? Is she not even from the KC area? I'm not for sure if we've even talked to her about that, but I hope you're doing good, Veta, for sure.
Freddie says, what's your favorite barbecue place in KC?
What's up, Freddie?
What's going on, Freddie? Good to see you, first of all. Man, so there's so many good ones. They're all good, right? It's hard to pick, but I mean, if my go-to, like if I can only go one place while I'm in Kansas City, I'm going to probably choose Jack Stack. Their sides are amazing. And, I mean, the burnt ends are good. That's probably where I would pick. But I mean, I'm also a huge fan of Q39. Joe's Slaps is underrated. Slaps is freaking amazing. I like Gates. Char Bar was decent. Let's see some of the other ones I haven't got to check out yet. Y'all let me know next time we're there what we should hit up. LCs, we tried to do LCs, but it was too packed. We couldn't get in there. And let's see. There's one I keep seeing on like Twitter and Facebook. It's called like Chef Jay's or something. I don't know if it's newer. I'd never heard of it, but it looks amazing. Kind of want to try that too. Mike, what's your favorite?
Probably as an overall restaurant, I'd probably take Q39. I like Q. I love the burn-in burger. That's one of my favorite things
Ooh.
to get. That mac and cheese is also pretty awesome.
Look, you can't go wrong with that. If you go to Kansas City and you're not from the area, if you just there's so much going on, there's so much, different barbecue, you don't know what to pick, and everybody's telling you this and that. Just know that you can't go wrong with either a burnt-in burger from Q39 or, the classic at Joe's. What's it called? The Z-Man. Can't go wrong with those two sandwiches. They're freaking amazing.
Well, don't forget Zarda. Zarda's awesome.
Man, Zarda's very underrated. I actually was talking about that last night, and out of all the Kansas City barbecue sauce, if you're just going by strictly sauce, because of course Kansas City loves their sauce, my favorite one, and it might not be a popular opinion, but I think it's head and shoulders better than every other sauce, and it is Zarda's ghost sauce. That stuff's freaking amazing. It's just on another level to me, personally.
Hey, but if you haven't been to KC, you got to go to Arthur Bryant's. That's just a
Well,
cool
yeah,
spot.
I forgot about Arthur Bryant's. It's good
That's
too,
a cool
man.
spot.
It's
There's so
different.
many
It's
good
got its
ones.
own thing going on with
Yeah.
that sauce.
We could talk about this all day.
Enough,
to be honest.
enough fat kids talking about food, though. Back to football. Tyler Helton says, I'm a member now. Awesome. Good to have you, man. I see Chris Wright and Ty and all these guys get on here and they gift these members out, and it's awesome. Trying to build a good little community, so.
Yep. Appreciate
cool.
everybody gifting memberships. Appreciate everybody turning their gifts on and accepting memberships. And it's going to pay off for
members
you in the long run.
Let's stay members.
Yeah, we're going to keep adding stuff to this. We're going to keep doing more member live streams. We're going to keep doing more Zoom calls.
Now we're just getting started.
We're coming up with more ideas as it goes. We're just trying to let it build a little bit. We're within our first 2 weeks of having memberships, and I think we've grown to
3 maybe. Yeah,
we've grown to almost like 75, 100 members, which is a lot. People told us that was crazy. You're not even going to get close. And thanks to Chris and Ty and Greg's not even here tonight, but he's threw out a lot of people have gifted
yeah.
memberships.
Somebody wake
here.
Greg up. Tell him he's sleeping through the pregame.
Yeah, he's gonna miss Cole too. Casey, I'm gonna pronounce your last name Tecumseh. Is that right? I hope. But Casey,
Tecumseh.
good to see you. That's a guy or a girl's name. I don't know, so I don't want to misgender you in the year 2023. Let's not do that. So Casey says, feeding Pacheco was a big problem we had last year. He could have easily rushed for 1,000, but we're inconsistent with play calling. When someone has a hot hand, you got to feed them. Dude, we sounded like a broken record last year. It was our first full season doing Chiefs content, and I'm not lying. We would give our top 5 keys to victory, top 3 keys to victory. It was trust the O-line and run the ball over and over and over again. And you know the one game we decided to do that? The week we went out and blew the Bucks off the planet. That was the year and the week, or that was the week throughout the year that we actually went out and did that. Dude, we were riding high for 1 week, and then Andy come out and just started slinging it again.
One day. Ty with the 10 bomb. He says Cole has done some joint channel chats with other people. Think it'd be awesome for all 3 of you guys to do a joint chat session. Think it would help on boosting both channels also. Yeah, agreed, man. We're definitely going to do something with Cole. We've done videos with him before. We've talked to Cole a few times. We like to troll each other's, live streams. It's so much fun. Or the random DM from Cole about something funny is always a highlight to your day, right? Because it's hilarious, some of the stuff that we find and we share with each other. But yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. We're gonna do that. I just don't know when. He's a busy man, so we can probably make time. We'll see what lines up with his schedule. But yeah, thanks for the 10, Ty. You're amazing, dude. All your support is freaking amazing. Very much appreciated.
Veta says her last day is May 25th. Senior's last day is next week. I grew up on the Missouri side, live in Blue Springs, but I teach in Lee Summit. So you're all over the map there, Veta. But I tell you, you're doing God's work. I don't know how
Lee Summit? Tigers? Is that what they are?
The Lee Summit. Oh yeah, she teaches high school too, right? Dude.
Did you have Felix when he was in high school? Have you been there that long? Wasn't that long ago. It's weird to think about how young these guys that just
It's
getting
been
into the league are.
What, like
Right?
4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah,
Tops.
right. Good stuff. Chiefs Live says Chris Jones tweeted out saying, "Bring the shark back and at the Chiefs." Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier, man. And I like the idea. I love it. If it could work and it works for both sides and everything, I think it's a match made in heaven, right? I mean, obviously the Shark has we all have a soft spot for him just because he's helped us win 2 Super Bowls. He's amazing in the playoffs. He took over a good leadership role last year. You saw him grow up before your eyes in 1 year, like personally. Like it's crazy. So I mean, I feel that same attachment as well. So if they can work it out to where it's good for both sides, that would be amazing. So that's what we're hoping for.
Bryant says, I ain't seen Lenny.
Seen Lenny.
We haven't seen Lenny either. Where's Lenny
No.
at? Lenny's usually here.
Lenny's the
blowing
man.
up the
Lenny's a
chat.
Saturday guy, though. Maybe he's a little busy during the week. But, yeah, Lenny's amazing, too. He might be taking a nap. Had a long
Brian
day.
also says, where's Noah? Yeah, Noah's usually here, too. Yeah, it's one of those things. What's up, Kip? Kip's in the house. He says, what's up,
Go on,
ACU
Kip.
and Chiefs Kingdom? What's going on, Kip? Good to have you here, brother.
Well, I think another
man.
thing is we're doing Tuesdays a little early, right? So I mean, 7 Eastern time, that's 6 Central. So I mean, we're going a little early. So maybe some of these guys aren't aware of it. So I mean, if you talk to them in any other chats or you know the guys, talk to them personally, just let them know on Tuesdays we're going to be on a little early on Tuesdays. That's what we're going to do.
Yep. Troy says, Greg's a good dude. Talked to him at Cole's pre-draft party. Yeah.
Very cool.
Greg's awesome. He started coming in our chat recently. He's gifting people. He's supporting, man. Greg's a good dude.
Absolutely.
Veta says it's the Titans, Steve. The West Side, Lee Summit West.
Okay. Well, what's the difference? See, I'm not from there, so I don't know.
She said, I know Drew Lock, but he went to Lee Summit High School. Hey,
Drew
a lot of
Lock,
people were saying
yeah.
sign Drew Lock here over the summer. They're like, get
It's a
Drew Lock
hometown
in.
guy, right?
I think Drew Lock, but he actually signed with Seattle. They paid him a little bit of money to stay there for another season. So,
Man,
Yeah.
Drew Lock, man, I think he got dealt a bad hand. Like, I don't think he was good enough to dig himself out of that hole. But I think he's okay. I think he was talented. It's just, man, the cards you're dealt sometimes will do you in.
yeah. I like Drew Lock. He was kind of a little jerk, though, in college. He used to beat up on Kentucky all the time. We're Kentucky fans. He'd bring Mizzou in, whoop up on us
I like
a little
this
bit.
one. I like this one. Chris Wright says Greg is secretly Chiefsaholic. What's his name? Xavier Bobudar?
So Greg's
I'll
out here
say it.
robbing banks and fleeing the country. Has anybody found Chiefsaholic yet? Has he been found? Is there an update to this
No,
story?
man, he's still MIA. He's actually here in my basement. I've been hiding him. I'm just joking. Don't show up at my house, CIA,
Hey,
FBI, whatever you
If
are.
anybody
Full
knows how
joke.
to contact this guy, get him to contact us. Get him to
Yeah, we
contact
wanna have
us.
him on.
We'll bring him on a live. We'll blur out his
That'd be cool.
face. That'd be hilarious. The FBI'd be raiding our houses instantly. But
But I'm willing to take that risk. We got to talk to the man. We got to see what was going on with this dude. What an interesting guy. It could be a good little documentary.
I think the dude just totally won a bunch of money and fled the country. This dude's he's in Cancun somewhere probably.
Check this out. Veta says what is real about Drew is he is a hell of a hooper, bro. Jumper's wet. Dude, Drew Lock's a baller? It's crazy. That's awesome. I never thought about that. I didn't picture him as that, but
Me either.
maybe he's like a little JJ Redick or something. He's out there lighting people up. Mike, are you okay
JJ
over
Redick?
there?
No, I'm just trying to think. Would you take JJ Redick or would you take Tyler Hero? I'm a
Tyler
Hero
Hero.
guy. Hey, Tyler Hero's the man. You go to Kentucky,
Tyler Hero is the man.
you go to Miami. I think even Jack Harlow's out here writing songs about him.
Chris Wright says we drop bombs. Greg drops nukes. You dropped you got the DT nuke. That was a good little nickname for that.
You did. You dropped the who was it? The BJ and there's somebody else. I forgot the other one. Wanya. The BJ Wanya nuke.
Wanye.
That was dropped today.
BJ and Wanye.
Man, any nuke's a nuke. The 99
Right.
cent nuke, that was clever. You got me in my own game.
Thanks for joining us today, by the way, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button. Don't be afraid to get in the chat. We got awesome people in the chat. All you guys that are always here, we thank you. Can't thank you enough for all the support. Make sure to smash that like button. It helps us out a little bit. But yeah, as far as content goes, we've been working on some content. We're getting ready to do like a series on all the new guys, like the rookies. Maybe grab a couple UDFAs along with the draft picks. But we're trying to figure out how we want to go about it. We're going to research. We're going to do each player. We're going to go in depth on these guys and give you just a full, good, the best of our ability backstory on what's available about these guys. That way you can get to know your players, man. I think it'll be a cool little thing. So we'll start trying to get that out sooner than later. So that is in the works. So keep on the lookout for that. And then of course we're going to throw our 2 cents in on any other Chiefs news that tends to come up. If we did this all the time, if this was like a full-time gig, we'd be able to drop it like as soon as the news is hot. We can get the video out to you. But I mean, the way it is right now, usually it's a day after the news actually happens. We can kind of throw our 2 cents in because it just takes a long time to get the video recorded and to edit and everything with everything else going on in life. So we try to get out to you as quick as possible and be relevant, but we could definitely got room for improvement. So hopefully we can get there one day.
Yeah, Amelia says, how do you turn on gifting? It's different for everything. We keep telling everybody go up to click that little thing. There's not one up here right now. There's no gifts available. But if there was, it'd be a little green gift. You click it and you just you switch a little thing over. It says, would you like to accept gifts from this channel? And you click it. If you're on a phone or an iPad or anything like that, I have no idea. It's different on every device apparently. So it's whatever.
Get with Chris in the chat. He seems to be the man, knows what's going on with that, I think.
Yeah, Chris will help. Chris also says, what time are you going live for the schedule release? So did they make the schedule release 100% Thursday? Did they settle on that?
Yeah, once I know when it is, we can figure it out.
I'm going to look it up. I think they scheduled 100%. Okay, here it is. Chris has threw up a gifted membership. So what you want to do is you want to click it. It's going to be in the chat. It's going to be bright green. You click it. Follow the prompts. Just turn on the free gifting.
Brian Parrott says, hit the gift, and when it pops up, and your phone will do the rest.
Amelia says,
she got it.
Got you. Thanks, guys. Christian was actually gifted the membership, so they gifted it out to Christian. It's a crapshoot. Chris can throw up the gifts. Whoever does it throws it up, and then YouTube randomly distributes it. So if you just have that on,
so I was actually reading they try to gift it to the people that are more associated with the channel. So people that's been on here longer and people that watch the channel more, they'll try to gift them first. So that's a kind of a factor that plays into that. Right. Kip says, did you see Donna Kelsey said we got Eagles in the second week? So yeah, I did see that. If there's some truth to that, and she actually did leak the schedule a little bit.
Was she trolling?
Then yeah, she probably is. I mean, she's Travis Kelsey's mom, right? Travis and Jason Kelsey's mom is going to troll people. That's all there is to it. But if it's the second week, then maybe that first week is the Dolphins. That's what I keep thinking, man. I'm stick with that. I think Miami at Arrowhead.
I don't think that you play. Okay, Kansas City's going to open up the season on a Thursday. The second week would have to be a Sunday night game or a Monday night game. You're not putting Eagles Chiefs on a noon Sunday slate. It's not happening.
Man, I mean, if you've noticed with the Chiefs the last couple of years, though, man, we get screwed on that prime time. It's like every game they want to see the Chiefs in prime time. So it's constant late games and Thursday games. And yeah, so be fully prepared for that. Chris Wright says at NFL to release full 2023 schedule on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So let's get on here a little bit before that. That way we can just see it and react with it with everybody else. So that's what we'll go for.
That's what we're
Mike, I'll let you make the time on that one. Maybe we can get on 7:30. We'll figure it out before we get off here tonight. And we'll lock that in. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Tyler says my cousin, he got 2 scholarships so far. I can't wait for his career. That's awesome, man. Let us know who your cousin is. Maybe we can check him out. It's probably got some highlights on YouTube or something. That'd be cool. But very, very, very cool. That's awesome. Jack Green says, can't wait for the season to start to answer our questions. Schedules comes out on Thursday. Absolutely, man. Like, it's all we can do in the off season is speculate, and that's what we do. And then people get mad about that because they're like, you guys don't know everything. And you got to even have players like MVS. It's like, why everybody trying to act like they're GMs? It's not, man. It's just there's nothing going on. That's what we have to do. We're fans. We love this team. We're invested. We speculate. We give our opinions. We get mad when we think something's bad. We get happy when we think something's good. That's just what it is. I mean, if you're invested as a Chiefs fan, even close to what me and Mike are, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, but yeah, it's going to be awesome to see the season come around and see what's going on with all of it. Because I think we're in a good spot, man. I'm super excited the way that everything's worked out. I think Brett Veach is still killing it. I think he's still doing a great job. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I agree.
Jack with the super sticker. We appreciate you, Jack. You're awesome. You know that. You know we appreciate you. Always here supporting. Chiefs fan Steve says, I like Gates' original barbecue sauce. They have very good food also. I've been eating there for over 40 years. Yeah, Gates is awesome. And it's funny because when I pick my favorite meal in KC or favorite restaurant or whatever as far as barbecue goes, I don't ever say Gates is my favorite because I don't think it is. But I do find myself craving that chopped burnt end sandwich all the time and some fries. I mean, I think about it sometimes, and I'm gonna have to grab one next time I'm that way just because.
Hey, Amelia made the effort to turn it on. I gifted her a sub. Why not? I gifted
Mike,
you a
look
sub,
at
Amelia.
you.
Hey, I had to do it. It didn't have any of my account info in, so I'm over here just typing it in. But now I can give subs too. So you know what? I don't care to throw it out. Why not? Anybody that wants to take the initiative to say, "Hey, how do you turn on gifting?" I want to reward you for that. I want to. That's initiative in life.
It's initiative. Ty says, sent you guys some emails of my wife and I's game day photos you can share on the channel. It's cool. Yeah, we'll do that. Mike, go check that out. Let's get those up here. Let's see. Yeah, if you guys have any cool pictures or cool man cave, cool Chiefs collection, whatever it might be, man, we love seeing stuff like that. And there are other people here that do as well. So feel free to email us at allchiefedup@gmail.com with any of that stuff, and we can all check it out together. And I think it's a good time. Also, if you would, thinking about maybe wanting to be a moderator or can jump in here and meet up with us sometimes or talk through email just about different ideas for the channels and things like that, be sure to email us at allchiefedup@gmail.com and let us know that you're interested, because if you're willing to help and stuff, we definitely want you. So if that's something you guys are thinking about, just email us. Be a good time. Let's see. Brent says the NFL is going to make sure the schedule release is stocked full of commercials. Yeah, you know that. They probably will. But it'll get leaked. Like right there, everybody will see it before they even get to talk about it, probably. More than likely in the year 2023.
Oh, yeah. It'll be leaked.
T-Bone, what's going on, my man? Good to see you. He says, what up, my homies? Bryant's is my favorite old school KC spot. Joe's is a new KC barbecue king in my book. Excellent choices there, man. Arthur Bryant's was the first place I ate when I went to Kansas City the very first time. And Arthur Bryant's is its own thing, right? Its sauce is just different than everybody else's. And it was amazing, though. What an experience. Just, the history, all that. Arthur Bryant's is awesome. And Joe's is up there. I mean, you got Jack Stack, Joe's, Q39, all these guys. Like I said, they're all freaking good, and it's almost hard to pick just one. But Joe's is definitely up there in that upper echelon of delicious barbecue, that's for sure. Amelia says, thanks. I watch you guys every day. I appreciate that, Amelia. Thanks for your support.
Yep. No problem. I'm glad I could hook you up, Amelia. Here we go. I got Cobra Kai's pictures up, guys. You can see him. Him and the wife, it looks like.
Yeah, zoom in.
A lot of game day pictures.
Was it game day pictures? Very cool.
I'll try to zoom it in the best I can. Dude, you guys have so much Chiefs gear.
I know, dude. He had sent us some pictures a while back of all of his Chiefs memorabilia and stuff in his house. It's freaking amazing. It's awesome.
Here's the last one. Last one. Is this Mahomes' hair I'm circling right here?
I hope it is. Can you zoom in? Ty, is that a wig?
Oh, it is.
That's that's freaking awesome.
There it is, man.
Very cool. Hey, thanks for sharing that with us, Ty. That's awesome. Yeah, if any of you guys have any cool pictures or anything like that, feel free to email us, man. We'll check them out. That's awesome. Love stuff like that. Leon D says you guys are awesome. Thanks, Leon. We try to be cool. I don't know if we hit that mark, but nah, we appreciate you being here. Marmar, how you doing, man? He says, did you see the Bengals players trolling the Chiefs, calling us out for the season opener in Arrowhead? Yeah, the same guy. What's his guy's name? Mike Hinton or something like that. He's like a mediocre defensive back. Yeah, talking about how they needed to beat us in the season opener, and that's what the world wants to see. Yeah.
You know what the world wants to see, Mike Hinton? The world wants to see you just
retire
from the NFL.
Yeah, quit.
Like, this dude sucks. Like, come on.
Absolutely. Candace says, what's more likely, Sky Moore gets to 850 yards or Karlaftis with 8 sacks? That's a good question. I think that they're both very likely. I
think they're both happening.
I think if I was a betting man, I would take the over on both of those. I think they're both going to have good years, solid years. Sky Moore, I think people are going to see what Sky Moore can do this year. I mean, last year he's very limited. He got negative connotation because he dropped a couple punts and everybody got down on him. But I think they forgot what Sky Moore is. And if you go back and watch his college tape, he is a freaking beast receiver. He's super fast in small spaces, very, very quick. He gets separation. He's a great route runner. He's got amazing hands. Sky Moore is going to be the man, and I think he could definitely clear 850 easy this year because I think he's going to take over some of that Juju role that we talked about. So I think it'll be cool to see him, get the ball in space and be able to create yak and all that good stuff, man. Twisted Ginger says, click that like button. Only 18 have hit it. Just 18? 18 people. If you guys don't care, take a second, go hit that like button. We got to do better than 18, right? I think we're better than that.
It might be a little higher. If you don't refresh that live stream, so if you're on here, you know what I mean? Don't do it live.
Ty says he loves sharing all of his Chiefs stuff. Yeah, and Chiefs love. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Like I said, if any of you guys do that, email us. We'll check it out. Leon says he enjoys our podcast. That's awesome, Leon. I'm glad that you listen to our podcast. We've been doing that. That was what we started doing, was just a podcast, and YouTube is kind of an afterthought, right? And so we recently have decided to bring the weekly podcast to YouTube so that you guys over here that don't necessarily, use Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anything like that, if you want to check it out on YouTube, it's going to be here every Monday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern time. So, you'll have to see our beautiful faces along with it. But yeah, it's cool. I'm glad that we're doing that. It gives you guys a different kind of element. It's a little more laid back. Our videos, we try to be informative. We try to get to the point and, let our views, through to you guys as quickly as possible and efficiently as possible. So it's a whole different thing when you get to watch the podcast. We're just kind of chilling, talking, and it's a good time. And we wanted to bring it to YouTube, so you guys will be on the lookout for that. And we appreciate that, Leon. Glad you're here, though.
YouTube's still throwing out gifted subs from Cobra Kai Ty over here.
Nice.
William Robinson was gifted a sub. Leon, we just talked to you. He got a sub. Leon got a sub. And John,
a membership.
I pronounced this wrong. Lehman, maybe? John Lehman? John Lehman. L-E-M-E-N.
Lehman.
Appreciate you, John. All three of them got some membership, so that's awesome, dude.
Very cool. Guys doing the Lord's work out here. Gifting out memberships. Freaking awesome. We appreciate you guys. T-Bone says, nice little mini bye week to start the season for the Chiefs with the Thursday night game. Week 2, the Chiefs will have an advantage with Big Red getting 3 extra days to prepare. Yeah, that's true. It's a good point. A Thursday night game isn't that detrimental when it's the first game of the season, right? You hate having them mid-season, but first game of the season, it's not really that big of a deal. It's actually an advantage. So I agree.
Yep, for sure. Lego's here. What's up,
What's
Lego?
going on, Lego? How you doing, man? Good to see you.
How's Georgia treating you today? Is it hot down there?
Georgia.
Starting to get hot up here in Kentucky.
Probably been at work all day. Hope you're having a good day, Lego. Good to see you, man. Brian Pear says Karlaftis is going to have 8 sacks by week 6. I hope so. I love the dude. I hope he goes off, man. That'd be amazing.
George can do it. I have all the faith in the world in George Karlaftis. Love that guy. I actually seen pictures. Somebody met him the other day. he was out and about somewhere, and George was there, and George ended up taking like a bunch of pictures, talked to him. Super chill dude. George Karloftis is the man.
Right. Tyler says he can be a moderator. What's the email address? It's allchiefedup@gmail.com. So yeah, if any of you guys are interested in doing stuff like that or just helping with ideas for the channel and everything, make sure to hit us up at allchiefedup@gmail.com. Chris Wright, shout out Chris Wright. We talked to him through email, and good, awesome person, and he has great ideas and stuff. So he's awesome. There it is right there on the screen, Tyler. All right. Jack Green says, I pulled for Sky all year long, and he made me proud. Yeah, Sky Moore, he didn't get that much of an opportunity, did he? Like, he had to get his shots in when he could. And I think that he did the best that he could with what the opportunities that he had. Granted, like I said earlier, the little mishaps on special teams, but that's not really his thing. But I think we got glimpses of what Sky Moore can do when you get him the ball. Put the ball in his hands, whether it's a screen, whether he's just finding a soft spot in the zone, hitting him for a little 5 to 10 yard pass. Like, the guy can create after the catch, and he's amazing at it. And I think we're all going to see that this year. We're going to see what he's all about. Tyler asked if we have Discord server yet. No, we have not done Discord yet. It might be coming in the future. Tonight, actually, the first time we've streamed on Facebook as well as YouTube. Kind of threw that in there to see how that went. Never done it. We do have a page on YouTube. I think there's only like maybe 1,000 people that follow it over there. We just kind of started it few weeks back just to have it. So if you guys are Facebook people, get over there.
I was gonna say that if you guys are into Facebook, I know Facebook is Facebook's a big look, so Instagram, TikTok, this is all like the younger kids, like 30 and below. Now don't get me wrong, I just turned 40 and I will spend 2 hours a day on TikTok scrolling. Like, it'll catch me. But a lot of 35 plus love Facebook. So if you guys are over there, find us, All Chiefed Up. We post some of the same content as we do, but you guys can share it with your friends on Facebook. Maybe you can get them to like the page. Maybe you can get them over and subscribe on YouTube. Help us get to that 10K. So also, we may be looking to start like a group page over there where you can like chat, post up things, anything you want. Just have a nice little a place there to talk about Chiefs football. And we'll make you guys like moderators or something over there too if you're into it. I just don't know who loves Facebook and who don't. It's very polarizing.
Chris Wright with the Chamari trying to cover Rice in practice. This is our numbers, fam. 27 Chamari Connor, 4 Rashee Rice. We appreciate you, Chris. You're awesome, man. Trying to learn these numbers though. Let me try again just to see where I'm at with this. 99 Keandre Colburn, 97 Felix Anudike-Uzomah, 27 right. Chamari Connor, 4 Rashee Rice. Who am I missing here? Nick Jones. What's Nick Jones?
Nick Jones.
I don't know
I think he was number 4 back in college.
Not sure. I'm missing that one. I got to get up to date with that. Ty with the Tim Bomb. We appreciate you, Ty. He says, yeah, I wear my Mahomes hair every game day for good luck. Our dogs wear jerseys on game day as well. And Mike, our youngest Yorkie, is named Stella also. Was thinking you had a dog named Stella. Heck yeah, he does. That's awesome. Dude, the Mahomes hair every game. That's awesome. I need to get some Mahomes hair.
Dude, we should get a Stella emoji. I think Julia threw that out. And then we should get a Yorkie Stella emoji and just call it Stella 2. We'll have both emoji. That'd be great. Steve, Nick Jones. Nick Jones is number 31.
31. All right, I'll try to remember that. I'm going to try to remember it.
What's B.J. Thompson?
53.
Yep, Chris threw it up.
Boom.
And Wanye, 64. So, I mean, that covers everybody. Yep. That covers everybody.
Very cool, very cool. Leon D says Derek Thomas lives forever. Absolutely, man. Derek Thomas is the man, right? That was Mike's hero growing up, man.
Love DT. I want a DT tattoo. I feel like I should always honor DT. Like, if you could get, like, you know, the safety, something like that, that'd be so sick. I got to do it.
Absolutely.
Logan's
I like
here.
the random.
Logan's here,
Logan,
Steve.
what's going on? He says Mark Zuckerberg sucks at jiu-jitsu. I think I saw the video that he's talking about. He literally got beat, I think, and then he cried to the referee to make it a draw. And the referee did it, and then he ended up winning. It was weird. It was the weirdest video I've ever seen.
What are y'all talking about?
That's a real thing. He does jiu-jitsu, and he was like at a match. And I think he got beat, and the ref was going to, like, you know, give the victory to his opponent, and then he like threw a hissy fit until he made it a draw, and then they fought again. And he ended up winning. I swear, it's crazy. Something stupid.
That's the exact same thing he's doing with TikTok right now, trying to get them shut down, trying to get a draw out of the deal.
I see Angry Drunken German in the house. I ain't seen you in a minute. Good to have you back.
Angry Drunken German, how are you? How's the wife? Hope everything's good. Kenneth says, I had a Derek Thomas rookie card autographed. My wife sold it for $5 freaking.
No.
It was his ex-wife. Hey.
Yeah, that's why.
Hopefully, it was your wife at the time. She sold it. Now she's your ex-wife. I hope that's how the story went.
We all know what happened there.
That would be hilarious.
We all know what happened there. Chris Wright says the ketchup bottle emoji is a must. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on these. I'm going to try to see if I can't pull it off.
Angry says, how much did the divorce cost?
That's freaking awesome. But that's everybody's sentiment, right?
If I was
you're done.
Like if I was a Kansas City based lawyer for like a divorce attorney, I'd have charged you $58 and I'd have handled your whole case.
Oh man, that's crazy. Lego says, what about the new kids cornerback we just signed today? If you're talking about Khalif Hallisey, I think it's who you're talking about. I think we did that last night or something. It was very confusing because if you guys have been around for a while, if you've been in this channel for a while and you watched our live streams during the draft or even a couple of our videos and then my projections for the draft, I loved Khalif Hallisey. I thought for sure this dude was a match with the Chiefs. Like I kept saying it over and over again. And then when we were wrapping up the draft, I'm like, man, we didn't draft Hallisey. Is he available? Like, I think he's going to be the guy we get as a UDFA. Well, we looked it up and he had actually said he had signed with the Jets. So I was like, crap, that's just so weird because I just had this gut feeling he was going to be a Chief. And then out of the blue yesterday, I don't know what the heck happened, but he posted on Instagram a picture of a jersey swap where he's wearing a Chiefs thing. And he said, let's try this again. What's up, Chiefs Kingdom or something like that. And then he posted a picture of his Chiefs jersey. So somehow that got twisted, got worked out, but we have Khalif Hallisey. This dude is an awesome corner. I mean, the value of getting him as a UDFA is incredible. I think he was projected at 5th or 6th round in the draft. I thought we were going to draft him in 7th round. He's just from right up the road from us, played at Western Kentucky University in Bowling Green. And dude's awesome, dude. Just long, fast. He's physical. Like Mike was saying, he'll knock your head off if you're coming over the middle. He's not afraid to hit. The guy can, he's good on blitz. He can cover. I mean, I really like the kid, and I think it's a great fit for us. So that's where I'm at with it. But if we sign somebody else and that's not who it was, then let me know.
Yeah, let us know. He says, she sold my autographed Priest Holmes football for $20. Man, this woman should be taken to Judge Judy or something.
What happened? What did you do to piss her off so bad that she sold all your cool stuff for so cheap?
Watching the Chiefs, I guess. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Veda says, how much ink do you already have, Mikey and Stevie? I got some Chiefs. I got a Jesus tattoo right here, if you can see it.
Very cool. I like that Jesus tattoo.
Some band stuff here. I got like Alkaline Trio. I don't know. I can't do it right. I got a Misfits tattoo on the leg. That's about it. I only got like 8 or 9. I was going to do sleeves. Yeah. And then I was like, I got broke in my 20s. And then when I got to my 30s, I was like, this just feels like a waste of money at this point. So I just quit.
Right. I have most of both sleeves done. Like the left one's completely done. It's like horror movie kind of themed and stuff like that. And then on my other arm, it's pretty much done. I need to fill some things in, but I just haven't done it. I quit getting inked like 7, 8 years ago. I just have not done it. It's just like it just lost interest or what. But I got like Jesus. I got a Marilyn Monroe. I got some different cool stuff. And then my legs are covered and some random things that I tattooed on there myself with my awesome tattoo artist stuff. Just thought I'd give it a go.
Right. Cobra Kai says, congrats to the new members that Chris and I sent out gifts to. Glad to have you here at the channel. Glad you guys are here.
Absolutely.
Glad that these two guys for sending out a lot of gifts. These two have helped
those
grow
awesome.
This channel immensely. You can't thank those two enough. But yeah, if you're new here and you want to be a member, make sure you get that membership gifted, turned on. You got a chance to always get it. So far, we're always rocking about anywhere between, a slow day's like 60 people in the chat, and then some days we're over 100. But it almost feels like every one of you guys are members. Like, there's hardly no non-members in here. That's
That's
how many,
awesome those guys are. That's gifting out, man. It's freaking amazing.
I see Angry
Very,
Drunken
very cool.
German. The Drunken German is not a member. Drunken German, if you turn on that membership, I swear you're probably going to get one soon. Lego,
Turn on your
gift,
gifts,
my boy.
Yeah, turn on your gifts.
guys
I
will
see this
get
from
one.
T-Bone. T-Bone says, do y'all have Whataburger in Kentucky? The answer to that is no, and I'm kind of peed off about it. Like, perfect spot for it right here by my house, right? Because you're just right outside of Louisville. It's a good little town. Just get the Whataburger, right? It's my favorite burger, fast food burger, period. I don't care who wants to argue about that. They are the best, and you're just wrong if you think otherwise. And no, but we do have one down in Tennessee, right in Gallatin, right by Nashville. So Mike actually works going to Nashville every night. He travels to Nashville every night for work, and sometimes I go with him, and sometimes we hit up Whataburger. So we still get our fill sometimes. We get our fix in.
Yeah, I need to get the Whataburger more. It's kind of a little bit out of the way because they put both Whataburgers. They're not in Nashville. They're outside of Nashville, probably like 20 miles. I feel like that's what Whataburger does. They don't go to the city. They go outside the city.
That's why I said it's a
So-
perfect spot. Just right up
Right.
the road from me, right? Should be. Julius Colton says, Misfits go hard. They do. They do. I got it right on my hand. Check it. I actually have 3 Misfits tattoos. I got one here. I got one up here. I got one on my leg. So, yeah, they're my favorite. They're my favorite band.
Javier's
Javier in the house. What's going on, Javier? Good to see you, man. Chris Wright says, need some Lombardi ink. No kidding, man. I don't even have a Chiefs-related tattoo, which is strange. Mike's got the KC, but I definitely want to go see if I can't plug an arrowhead in somewhere, right? Like, I don't have a whole lot of space going on my arms, but I think I can fit it in. Haha, nice.
German is now a member. Look at this guy.
Ta-da.
I don't even
Turn
think
on
it
your
was
gifting,
gifted.
guys. Turn
He
on
didn't
your
even
gifting.
turn it on.
Oh,
He just bought it.
He said, wait, I'm not. I'm just going to go get it. You're the man.
You're the man. Hey, it's all the same. We love it. We love it.
Lego says, what did he say? I have a whole back tat dedicated to my military family, all 6 generations. That's freaking awesome, man. Love it. Thanks to your family for their service. That's pretty cool. You have to send us a picture of that.
Veta. Blasphemy.
Okay, so here's the thing, Veta. We grew up with Sonic, right? Like Sonic's everywhere. I have a Sonic literally right up the road from me. And I love Sonic burgers, and I do think that they're one of the best burgers. I will say that. Like when people talk about McDonald's burgers or whatever, I'm like, nah, just go Sonic. Sonic burgers, awesome, right? And they actually have a new one out with like grilled onions and cheese and something I want to try. But Whataburger's better. I'm sorry, it just is. That's all. But I mean, Sonic ain't no joke either. So I mean, I'm not gonna get too mad at you about it. But Whataburger's just on another level. When you get it, everybody says things like, "Oh, their burgers are dry" or something. I don't know what the heck. You need to do something about the Whataburger you went to, because if you go to Whataburger and get you like a double or a triple, those things are just so greasy and delicious. I don't know how anyone could say they're dry. Mike, you okay over there, buddy?
My AirPods died a little bit. I'm just trying to fix it. But we're good. We're good.
T-Bone says their breakfast is great. I've not had their breakfast, but we did try. What was that honey butter biscuit that they have, a chicken one? Mike
Dude,
gets a honey
just
butter
the honey
sauce.
butter is awesome. Dude, dip it in fries, man. That's all you got to do.
I was going to ask you this too, Lego. Chris wants to know if you served. I was kind of wondering myself. Veta actually says except for the honey butter chicken biscuit, so she's on the same page with that. Kip Carnes says, and you don't have a Chiefs tattoo. I don't have any tattoos, and that's what I was going to get if they won the Super Bowl. I want Arrowhead. Look like it's coming out of my skin. Yeah, that'd be cool. I was trying to think of something cool to do because, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of space left on my arms, but I have a couple open spots, like right around Jesus's head and stuff like that. There actually used to be a big halo around Jesus, but apparently my skin does not hold yellow or orange ink very well. Everyone says red's the one that won't hold, but red's fine with me. But the whole halo's gone, so I have some free space on my arm a little bit. I want to figure out something for the Chiefs because it's the freaking Chiefs, man. It's what we do. It's God, family, and Kansas City Chiefs with the Williams household. So gotta get it represented.
I just seen
Javier,
Brian Perry.
What?
Brian, go ahead. I was just looking for Brian Parrott.
I thought you fell asleep.
No, he threw out an awesome burger joint, and I lost the comment.
Well, you find that. Javier says that we need to get a champ stamp. Can't
That's
do
true.
it.
There it is. Paul's Hamburgers, on Blue Ridge.
Make a note. We'll check it out when we're that way. Mike fell asleep again.
Just reading.
Leon says he served in the United States Navy. That's awesome, Leon. Thanks for your service, man. Lot of vets in this chat, dude. A lot of military people. We love it because we appreciate you guys. It's freaking amazing.
Night Haunter is here.
What's up, Night Hunter? Glad to see you made it in. We missed you. We were talking about. We're like, where's Night Hunter at? Like, shouldn't she be here? Or he?
Of course.
Did we ever confirm?
We've not. We just decided we don't care.
Did I just decide you were a female? T-Bone. Whataburger is a decent burger and definitely better than McDonald's. Hey, yeah, absolutely. 100%. It's not even the same league. T-Bone says his favorite Shake Shack, though. I've never had Shake Shack, so I can't throw my sense in on that one, man.
Dude, we had one right up here on Louisville, like literally within 10 minutes of my house. It got closed down within like 6 months of moving in, and I have no idea. Apparently, everybody up here has no good palates, and they thought the Shake Shack wasn't very good, and so I didn't even get to try it. It bums me out.
Feta says, I think they taste like Sonic, just bigger, though. I mean, yeah, they are similar, but I feel like Whataburger just has that, just a little bit more of like that old school diner, greasy, awesome, delicious taste that I want. So, yeah. Five Guys and Culver's. So Culver's is awesome too. Freddy's is amazing. I think I like Freddy's burgers a little bit better than Culver's, but Culver's burgers are awesome too. And then Five Guys is amazing. We're actually getting a Five Guys up the road. So I'll be indulging in that fatness soon whenever they get that rolling. Maybe right. Andy will come down and have a burger with me.
Leon says, I love how you guys love the Lord. Our dad was a pastor.
Absolutely.
If you haven't been with us for a long time, our dad was a pastor growing up our entire life. I played in a gospel Christian band when I was 5 years old. We were a traveling Christian band, played drums until we were like 10, 12. And yeah, man. So it's just, that's how we were raised. God and the Chiefs. That's how it works. Sometimes family. Sometimes Steve would chase me with baseball bats. So
that happened too.
Yeah. Ooh. Hey, we haven't seen Cole tonight. Where's he been? Is this guy just lost?
He's working hard.
He might be. He's usually popping in and out.
He doesn't have the energy to troll you today.
He goes live in 15 though. He better get it going.
Man. I'm excited for some Chiefs football. Let's see, real quick. Chris Wright, how do you pronounce the capital of Kentucky? Well, that's exactly right. It is Frankfurt. But you know, it's not Louisville. It's not Louisville. It's Louisville. I don't know how to explain it.
Boy,
I don't know how to explain it. It don't make any sense, but it is what it is.
Yeah, they take that really serious up here.
Yeah, but no, I'm ready for the Chiefs, man. Like I know you guys hate the offseason as much as I do. I know you do. It's just like I do like some things about the offseason. I love the draft and trying to see how things play out, and obviously the way that teams improve their rosters and watching Brett Veach work and all that's intriguing and it's fun. And but man, just is there a better time of the year than fall? I mean, the hot weather's over. It's starting to get cool outside. The leaves are starting to turn colors, and football's starting. I mean, and we're heading into the holidays. I mean, fall's just where it's at. I'm not much of a summer person.
Yeah, I'm ready for the summer. I'm a beach kind of guy. I just want to go sit at the beach all day. That's what I want to do. I'm a bum.
Man, this is bumming me out. T-Bone says 4 months till the season. Can't wait. Let's go. Man, is it really 4 freaking months? That sucks.
Ooh. Dude, who is what? What was the player? We'll talk about the Chiefs for a minute. I seen somebody ask, what was the player that impressed you the most out of rookie minicamp this weekend, Steve? Like, who stood out to you?
I'm gonna be that guy. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Nobody. Honestly, don't care. Like, it's cool that they're out there getting their feet wet, but I don't think that you can really stand out in a shell practice. I mean, you're not getting hit. There's nothing going on. Did anybody surprise me? Not really. Like, but I mean, it is good to see that guys like Nick Jones, super athletic and stuff like that. It's good to see that, like things like that. But I mean, you don't really learn a whole lot about these guys until they put the pads on and hit, right?
Yeah, but I think Nick Jones, I mean, to be a 7th-round pick, he looked good. I liked him. I thought he looked athletic. I think they signed that UDFA out of North Carolina State, played linebacker. His name's Isaiah Moore. He looked good. I thought he looked good. Nico Remigio looked as good as you can get, coming out undrafted. There's some tryout guys. The little corner, I think he was a corner. Boye Doe, is that his name? Out of K-State. I thought he looked pretty good. So there was a few.
Hey, Julia says I'm a Debbie Downer. I'm not a Debbie Downer. I just like one of my pet peeves is when like training camp or like the rookie mini camp or OTAs or something's going on and everybody's like, dude, so-and-so's going to be the next, Jerry Rice. Like, this guy's amazing. Like, I can't not wait. It's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine.
Brian hit him. He said Steve is get off my property.
No, I don't know. I just like, obviously there's value in those things and I do like to check it out and see what's going on with it and everything, but I think you can't put a lot of stock into it either, so I don't really give it that much stock, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Night Hunter's with me. Night Hunter's with me. I'm just going to throw that out there. We'll go back.
German says Prince is going to shock some people. He'll be our 1B eventually. Jack Green says he likes Prince too. Dude, I'm a big fan of Deneric Prince. I said that from the beginning. There was actually a few mock drafts that I messed around with, and I actually mocked him to us in the 5th or 6th round. I thought he was a pretty good fit. I'm surprised he didn't get drafted in the first place. But
I think he's got a really good shot at making the team. Being, running back 1.
He's 1B.
Possibly, maybe. Oh, 1B. Is that what he said?
Yeah, 1B.
I'll go with 1B. He can get to 1B, but Pacheco's always going to be 1A, right? I just think that he's our guy. If he can stay healthy and do his thing, Pacheco's just awesome.
Chris, 2 princes in the kingdom. That's right, man. I think Deneric
and a king.
Has a good
we got
one.
King Felix too.
Yeah, we do. Deneric actually said today that Miami offered him money to come in as UDFA. He chose the Chiefs over Miami, so he wanted to be here, and he specifically said our running back coach was the reason. I think he said he's got a lot of similarities to Isaiah Pacheco, and he likes the way we treated Pacheco and let him have a fair shake, and I think he's going to do good things, man. I like Deneric Prince.
See, Night Hunter says, I call it way too early bandwagoning, Steve. I'm right there with you. Like, we're on the same page here. Everyone remember Gore? Remember all the hype? Yeah, it's always that. Or like Justin Watson last year, like he was supposed to come in and have 1,000 yards receiving and things like that. It's like, now I get getting excited about everything because I do the same thing. I get excited about players. You get hyped. Hey. It's okay. I'm not down on anybody. Like, if you're hyped about Prince and you think he's going to be amazing, more power to you. Like, that's awesome because I do like him too. I'm hyped about him too. But I'm like, I guess I'm just more of a realist when I look at things like rookie minicamp. Like even Andy Reid said in his presser, like, I mean, they ain't hit nobody. Like, it's hard to tell certain things.
Right. Julia says she don't give an F, Steve. She's hype on Prince.
I'm sorry, Julia Gulia. Please forgive me.
Lego come in a little late, so he didn't hear our thoughts on Frank Clark coming back.
Lego.
We said it's probably 50-50 on Frank at this point, maybe 60-40.
I'm all for it.
Maybe he comes back. Yeah, we're down.
I'm all for it. Like, if they can work out something that's good for both sides, all for it, because Frank Clark totally changed my tune on him last season. I think he's awesome. I think he's an awesome guy. So let's do it.
Chief Kelsey, what's up, brother? He says he believes Gore's a free agent now. Yeah, we mentioned him.
I think he's going to stay that way.
Ditched him a little bit. At first, I honestly thought you were talking about Frank Gore, and I was like, is that guy ever going to leave? Like, that dude's 76.
Is he ever going to retire?
Yeah, I was like, what in the world?
Some people had mentioned that, like, oh, well, we could get Gore. He knows offense and everything. Yeah, we could definitely use him for a camp body and for, like, just some good, healthy competition. But I just don't think Gore's ever going to be back on this team in the form of on the 53-man roster. I just don't see it.
Chris says, let's see who turned on gifting. And then he throws out a gift. And it's not been claimed yet. So, again, all you guys got to do is click that gift, toggle it on, and say you would like to accept gifts from All Chiefed
Lego
Up.
My Ego's not a member. Not a member.
He'll do it. Lego, click it and click it.
Lego,
You're going to
turn
get
it
Chris's
on, man.
membership. We know what's happening.
Claim it.
Chris says, let's go, Lego. Sometimes we just like to throw them out there and see who's faster.
See, Nikki thinks so too. At least wait till the pads get on. That's my thing. You can learn a lot from especially training camp, because they are running, actually running plays, or actually, you can see things. But like little things, like when they're like
this
little mini camp, it's like cool.
But here's what I'm going to tell you about mini camp.
Doing their handwork. Like, what do you want me to do?
Mini camp's going to tell you how a guy's going to come in and prepare, how he's going to work.
Right.
How he's going to learn,
That's the value.
how he's going to pick up on things. And if you can just tell, if you'll go out there and give all that effort with just helmets on and you're just trying to be impressive and you just want to work hard, you'll do it when the pads come on. It means something to you.
No, I agree. I think that's definitely some value from there. You get to see the guy's work ethic. And you know what impressed me the most was probably Rashee Rice. I think Rashee Rice is all in. I think he's ecstatic to be a Chief, and it looks like he's going to have a good work ethic. So I'm high on him. I think he's going to be good. Lego My Ego says, will we carry 6 cornerbacks? What did we carry last season? Let me think off the top of my head. I think 6 is probably a fair number. I mean,
we're carrying Snead and we're carrying McDuffie for sure. You're carrying Josh Williams, and you're carrying Jalen Watson.
Mm-hmm.
So that leaves 2 slots. If you remember last year, we brought it. Didn't we keep the kid that Cincinnati ended up screwing over? They picked him up there at the end.
Chris Lamons, because he was so good at special teams.
Right. So you're gonna have
just another reason to just absolutely hate Cincinnati. Like, what a disgusting, terrible franchise and fans. Like, just a bore,
dude,
terrible
the
people.
Bengals. I have pent up hate for the Bengals, man. I'm just not a big fan of that franchise.
That's why. Like I'm telling you guys, we're from very close to Cincinnati. We've been to games there. They are the most classless fans you will ever meet. I'm not kidding. Not kidding. Like, I just have no respect for that entire franchise. And their players, I mean, why would their fans have any class? Look at their players. They're freaking annoying, like Mike Hinton. Who cares?
Dude, that coach needs to clean it up.
No kidding.
Quit being trash over there.
Yeah, get it together. They don't have a bad team. That's the thing about it. Like, they are good, and it's just like, man, carry yourselves a little better, and I don't think people would hate them as much.
Night Hunter says he, whoever, lives outside of Cincinnati.
I believe it's a he.
I
changed my mind.
Okay,
I still haven't found it in the chat. I don't know.
To be honest, nobody cares. But at the same time, what do you think? You wear Chiefs gear. Like, how bad are Cincinnati fans? Like, they all think that they are God's gift of football here.
Are you? Yeah, and where are you at, Night Hunter? Are you are you in Covington, Kentucky, or like Newport or something like that? Or are you in Ohio? But yeah, because Cincinnati, let's be honest here, Cincinnati's basically Kentucky. I mean, It might as well be.
Brian says, hit that bell. You're right. I got an alert the other day. It said we have 8,500 subs, and it says I think it was like something really small, like only 7% of you guys have the bell enabled to be able to see when we go live, when we throw up a podcast, when we throw up a video, when we do a short. Yeah, so you have to turn all those notifications on. That'll help you a lot. That'll help us a lot. And, yeah, man, we're going to grow this thing. It takes a while, but with people like you guys, it's going to work. Veta says they're dillweeds. And,
they are dillweeds.
They're the worst kind of dillweed. Yeah. They're the dillweeds who didn't even know Cincinnati had a football team until they drafted Joe Burrow.
All right, guys, we got about 5 minutes left on this live. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, go ahead and get them in. And we appreciate you guys being here. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you hit that sub button. You come join us more often. We got an awesome community growing here. Chris Wright and Ty and everybody giving out the memberships. You guys are amazing. All the donors are amazing. We appreciate you guys so much. It's always fun to get on here and talk to you guys. So, but yeah, we got about 5 minutes left, and then we'll let you guys get on over to how about those Chiefs and bug Cole for a while. Make sure to troll him a little bit tonight, just for fun.
Yeah. Tell him he's looking rather tired or something. Just be like, Cole.
Hey, you guys, everyone tell Cole on the chat tonight that he needs to grow some hair out. Tell him to let his hair grow out.
Let's all see if we can get Cole to grow some hair. That's our goal.
I don't know if we're never going to get him to do it, but I just want him to be so confused that everybody keeps asking him about growing his hair. Like, because he's just going to be like, what the heck is wrong with everybody? Edit says, do you have a favorite Chiefs player? Man, currently, it's obvious, like the obvious, right? Like Patrick Mahomes is just so hard not to love. I mean, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, newer guys. I think some guys that like Pacheco came in. Of course, you gotta love the way he plays. George Karlaftis. I like Jalen Watson. I like his story. I like the fact that I said that he would be a practice squad guy, and he came in and started, and was awesome and proved me completely wrong. So yeah, there's a lot of it's a lot. If you go historical, DT all the way. I think Mike can agree with that. It's Derek Thomas.
You know who I like on this current roster? Everybody always overlooks him. I like Trent McDuffie. I think Trent McDuffie's a good kid.
Yeah, McDuffie's cool. I do like it. Okay, yeah, real quick. He says time for live Thursday for schedule release. Mike, pick it. I think he said it goes, was it 8 Eastern time that they actually release it? So let's just do, what do you want to do? 7:30?
We'll just do the same thing we did tonight. We'll go 7 to 9.
Okay, yeah, let's do that, guys. 7 p.m. Eastern time will be live on Thursday night for the schedule release. So that'll be fun.
Right. We'll do 7 to 9. I usually have to bail out no later than 9 because, like I said, Steve said, I drive to Nashville every night. Louisville to Nashville, like 4 or 5 nights a week. So one of these days, this community is going to grow to the point where, Steve, I can say, you know what, screw it. This is my full 9 to 5.
We don't have to do that. Let's make some good Chiefs content today.
But you know what? I wake
make
up every day.
Make the people happy.
We're creating Chiefs content until it gets dark. When it gets dark, I drive to Nashville. I get home at 3 in the morning. I go to bed. I do it all over again. So we're out here just – it's all day grinding out here, people. But
that's
hey,
awesome.
That's what we like to do.
Good stuff. Veta says we keep it classy in KC, and that does include the quarterback's wife spilling champagne all over the fans. Man, we don't even get into the Brittany and Jackson thing and all that because, I mean, that's family. And I think that if people give them, like, I'm not saying that they always do the right thing because no one does. I mean, we're all human, right? But they get unfair treatment. Everybody just hates them to hate them, and it is what it is, and it's not cool. It's Patrick Mahomes' family, so we just don't go there. But yeah, we do keep it classy. KC fans are way more classy than Bengals fans will ever know how to be.
Dude, what I have not liked is I've seen a few Chiefs channels on Twitter, on YouTube, you name it. They're throwing out this whole Jackson Mahomes thing. They're just going for clicks, man.
Of course.
And I don't like it. I don't want Patrick's not defined by his brother. He's not defined by anything. The same way, we just don't get into it.
They're kids too, man.
It should not correlate. And yes, they're all kids. Everybody's entitled to mistakes here and there. You also have to just, there's certain things, man. We know this world's kind of an evil place, and if you got a little bit of money, you got a target on your back too. So everything's got to go through court of law, just this and that. We just not, it's causing Patrick not even have a good time. He barely talked to fans at the Kentucky Derby. There was lots of instances where he just didn't want to be questioned over and over for something that is out of his control. So we're not going to feed into that. We're not going to get some cheap views off of it. And if people do that, shame on them. I think it's ridiculous, to be honest.
Night Haunter. He's a dude. I'll remember it now.
Night Hunter. Night Hunter, your name
now.
Always makes me want to go turn on like ghost hunting shows on Travel Channel.
I think I accidentally clicked off because I saw something else, but Lego Maego got his membership. I think Cobra Kai Ty got him. I think he got him. Leon D says, Mike, you need to come to the beach here in Galveston, Texas. I want to go to Texas.
I heard Texas has some nice beaches, man. I want to go down to Texas. I'll come down
the Gulf of Mexico.
You guys have to treat me to some Texas barbecue and let me know which one's better, that one or KC. But I've always wanted to go see Austin. I would kind of want to. My uncle Steve, Uncle Joe, the one that looks like Bo Cephas.
Yeah,
he flew. Yeah, he flew to Dallas one time. He was going somewhere on a business trip. I think somebody tried to rob him in Dallas outside the airport. So we have a love-hate.
So we
want to
go. No, we want to go. Let's go.
We have a love-hate with Dallas. But yeah, other than that, hey man, I threw out a gifted too just a few minutes ago. Threw out another one, and I was trying to see who picked it up. I want to see who's the new member. Tyrone
Nice.
Christine. Tyrone Christie, my bad. I can't hardly see my second monitor. It's way over there. I got 40. Eyesight's going already. Everybody told me it was going to happen. It took all of about 4 days. Happen. So, yeah, Tyrone Christie.
Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't.
Got that membership.
I don't know. I don't know why I thought that. I really don't. It was just in my head. But never again. Now I know.
Yeah, I don't either. Steve kept saying that from the beginning, and I was like, what are you doing?
No, I didn't say it from the beginning. I just said it like once or twice. Leave me alone. How do you even turn on gifted memberships? You just have to, when they pop up at the top, you just got to click it and hit allow gifts or something like that.
Yeah,
Weird.
It's different on every device. So,
hey, good night, Brenda. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate you.
Yep, guys, it's 9:00.
Thanks.
Coach should probably be live. So, I guess we'll just go ahead and wrap it up here for everybody in the chat. We'll send you on over to Cole's. That work, Steve?
Yeah, it sounds good. Just remember, we're gonna get I don't know. There's no telling with him.
Yeah.
Just remember that we're going to go live an extra time this week on Thursday for the schedule release. And then we will be back on Saturday night for our tailgate. So that'll be fun too. But all of you guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button. Come back and join us next time. And if you guys don't care, smash that like button on the way out. It helps us out tremendously. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for the donos. Thanks for everything, all the support. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yep, we'll see you guys.
There goes a sight from my soul.